Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Floodlights Camera Action. From Leonardo Spinazzola to Leonardo DiCaprio, it's a bridge gap to film and football and tell exactly what films you should be watching and what ones to avoid. I'm Jack, but a podcast is only as good as its co-host. Every week, I'm joined by my good friend Veronika to work through the do's and don'ts of film watching. Veronika, this is a momentous occasion in the podcasting calendar. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I'm ready to sit here with you for hours and hours and hours on end, talking about films.
Yeah, don't sound too excited about it.
Yeah.
This is our yearly review episode. I mean, obviously last year was the only year we've done it, but if you do it twice, it becomes yearly. Last year I think it was like 3 hours long. Despite watching more films, I don't think it'll be quite 3 hours long. I hope not anyway, because that was a lot. But it'll be a long one. It'll be a bumper episode where we review, or we talk about, and we rank every single 2025 film we saw. I've got 100 in total. Veronika has 71. So we're putting up good numbers, aided by festivals and yada, yada, yada. But the way it'll work is we will essentially do batches. So Veronika will have about 5, and then I'll have 7, and Veronika will have 5, yada, 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 until we reach the top 10, where we'll then go one at a time for dramatic emphasis. Veronika, before we get started, good year for film, bad year for film?
I mean, I don't like when people say things like that, because I think every year is a good year for film if you're watching film. You're always going to find something you love.
That's a great answer.
Always. There's always going to be films that are bad and films that are good every single year. And,
do you want me to answer the question properly?
In a second, because I mean, I feel like some people maybe only judge a year in terms of their awards nominations, but actually, you can also watch other films that come out that year, films that aren't nominated.
100%. Some really great films that weren't nominated for Oscars this year. I actually think we'll cover it more when we approach Oscar season, which is careering towards us. But
and FCA season.
And the FCA season, of course. I actually think the Academy have had a pretty good year in terms of nominations. I'm pretty happy with most of them. There's some big snubs, but ultimately I think they got it more right than wrong. And I think I think without, I don't want to sound like a wanker, there is more to just film than art house pieces and small pieces. Vice versa, there is more to film than just big blockbusters, and I think there's been a pretty good representation across the. I mean, F1 getting nominated for Best Picture technically is brilliant, but that's insane. But I think there's been a really good spread, and I think this year in film generally, I think there is something for everyone. There's horror, there's romance, there's drama, there is sports, sort of. There's musical. It's a good year. Veronika, I'll let you kick us off. Can you hit us with your first batch?
Oh God, okay, that's
we should say. Sorry, I should say big. We're going from worst to best, so no pressure.
Yeah, obviously for dramatic purposes. Okay, this was a difficult decision as to what would be my worst film of the year. It's actually tough. It's tough to pick your worst film of the year. Same as how tough it is to pick your best film of the year. Well, yeah, I mean it's it's difficult. Okay, so I went with the film that I enjoyed the least, because I feel like Christmas films have potential to be so bad they're good. Also, you have a big advantage of the fact that the season kind of gets the mood up. People are in the mood for Christmas films. It's very hard to fuck up a Christmas film, okay? I'm gonna be honest. Even the shit ones I enjoy. So I hated this one, and it's the Jonas Brothers Christmas film, a very Jonas Christmas movie. That's the worst film of the year.
The worst film of the year, locked in.
Yeah, congratulations to Jonas Brothers. I'm sure you care a lot about
what one's the one we decided was weird? Who was that? Well, that I decided.
Kevin.
I said it like a murderer or something.
I mean, my favourite was always Nick. But anyway, we already talked about that, Alvin and Chipmunks.
We simply do not have time.
No, we don't have time. Let's move on. So the next worst film, number 70, is a Spanish film called Strange River that I watched in Venice. Very weird, very boring. Nothing else to say. I literally, I wrote reviews for every single film I saw at Venice Film Festival this year. I didn't write a single word about this film, because there is nothing to say. So I'm going to move on. Number 69. Wow, special number for some. I put Friendship, which I know is unpopular. I know this is an unpopular opinion. I don't find Tim Robinson funny. And I tried. I have tried because my friends love him. I just don't find him funny. I didn't like the film. I was bored. Like that's kind of the point of a comedy, right? Is it should be funny. So
Yeah,
that's very subjective.
you'd hope so.
And next up, number 68 is Jafaken. Actually, nowhere near the worst film of the year. So well
No,
done.
it's not.
Well done, Peter
Bad,
Andre.
but, like,
It's pretty bad, but you know what? It has something to it. I was gonna say it has some spunk. I don't know.
There's a je ne sais quoi to it.
There is.
There's no je ne sais quoi. There is. I don't even. Yeah.
There's something though. There's something that you can't quite describe, which is kind of what that means. So
it took a swing, and
it's quite funny. The whole idea of it is funny, right?
It's stupid. It's immensely stupid. Yeah.
Okay, so those are the only 4 half-star films. That's all my half-star films, which is pretty impressive, right?
Pretty good.
So then the last one of my 5s, number 67, 67, is a film we watched at Picture House create, which is Tornado.
Oh,
it was just very boring. And the fact that I watched it, when you watch a film at the cinema, I feel like it elevates the film. Imagine if I didn't watch this at the cinema. I think I would have absolutely hated it. I think the cinematography, the cinematography kind of does its best, which is why I gave it 1 star and not half. Shout out Robbie Ryan, friend of the show, maybe.
It doesn't exist, but friend of the show.
But everything else is just boring. And that's it. That's my 5 worst.
Wow. In at number 100 for me, the worst film of the year, and it's been a late swap because 190. I've only gone 2 half-star films. There's been a lot of 1 stars, but there's only 2 half-stars. The worst film of the year is Danny Dyer's and Nick Love's Marching Powder. It is offensive. It's lazy. It looks awful. It is not funny. It is the worst person you know's favourite film. Marching Powder is it's irredeemable. It's terrible. Next up, 99 is a film that was originally 100, but I've just swapped it because I think there is a bit more entertainment value in it. It is War of the Worlds. Ice Cube's War of the Worlds. This film.
Shout out Ice Cube, but not shout out Ice.
Shout out, yeah. That's it. But yeah, shout out Cube, man. Shout out Cube.
Yep.
Yeah. I've just bumped this up for one reason, and it is the fact that this film tries to say that a desktop camera can somehow do a dolly zoom, and that is so funny. That it earns 99. Next up is Inedia. This was a film that we watched together, and I felt like I should have liked it a bit more than I did, to be honest. I mean, it's okayly reviewed. The log line, the plot is it could be somewhat interesting. Unfortunately, I should say this is 1 star, not half a star. I just found it really dull. I thought Amy Forsyth was pretty good, as was Suzanne West. But outside that, it felt like a film that thinks it's more interesting and deep than it is, and that's a shame. Next up is Luca Guadagnino's After the Hunt. This is a film I saw at London Film Festival, and very nearly, might have definitely fallen a little bit sleepy at certain points. It's one of the worst scripts of the year. Ayo Edebiri is a really bad. It's either a really bad casting or a really poorly written character, or both. Who's to say? Julia Roberts is good, Michael Stuhlbarg's good, but apart from that, it's cheap. Its social commentary is really weak for a film all about social commentary. It's uninteresting. It's visually, I think it's shot really badly. I know what they're trying to do. They're trying to be all quirky and off kilter. It looks bad. It's edited really poorly. It's pretty irredeemable outside of those 2 performances, which is a shame because I'm a fan of Luca Guadagnino's work. But this I did not care for. I think it's one of the worst films of the year. In at 96 is Old Guy. It's got Christoph Waltz in it, Cooper Hoffman in it, Lucy Liu in it. It's an action film about a contract killer, I think. I can't really remember. It's really.
I've never heard of this, by the way. I thought you've never mentioned this film.
Don't watch it. It's not good. I give it 1 star. Cooper Hoffman's pretty good. It's Cooper Hoffman. He is just good and everything. Just a really forgettable action film. Next up in '94, it is Fackham Hall. Again, it's one of those things where comedy, if it's not funny, then you won't like the film, and I didn't find it funny. Jimmy Carr wrote this film. I actually think it's quite funny. He's got a small role in the film, and he gave himself all the funniest lines, which I'll be honest, I do respect. I cannot help but respect that, because I would do the exact same if I wrote a film. But yeah, pretty boring.
Which you are doing.
Yeah,
Which you are doing.
Yeah. We'll see if I ever finish that screenplay. Next up is Fountain of Youth, the Guy Ritchie film with John Krasinski, Natalie Portman, and Donald Gleeson. I love Donald Gleeson. I saw a short film with him recently, and it is brilliant. This film, though, is not. It's a lousy rip-off of Indiana Jones, with led by a director who has no style anymore. Just a has-been, a cast that is miscast. Just not entertaining at all. Really quite dull. And that is in at 95. Over to you.
Okay, next two films I saw as part of BFI Flair. Shout out BFI Flair. I'll probably be watching a few films from that this year as well. But the first of which is Really Happy Someday, which I actually didn't rate because I didn't know what to rate it, but I just knew I didn't really like it because it was quite uninteresting. Wasn't the lead actor's fault, Brett and the Llama, because I interviewed them. So of course
they are innocent.
They are great.
This is Anedia syndrome. If we interview you and we like you are innocent.
I'm not gonna lie, I forgot we watched Anedia, so I actually didn't add it to my list. So actually 72, should be the number of my films, but whatever.
It would rank fairly low, I'd assume.
Yeah, it would have probably already been mentioned. Anyway, number 65, as I said, another film I saw as part of BFI Flair was Lakeview, and it's that kind of ensemble queer comedy set in the lake house where there are too many musical numbers from this one woman whose music I don't like. So that was rough to listen to, and I did skip those. Yeah. Which is, I don't skip parts of films, but I kind of had to. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of had to. It was painful. But, it's not the worst thing ever. Again, I didn't rate it because I don't really know what to rate films like that. I feel like it's difficult to judge people's first-time directorial
stop trying to cover for this film.
Pieces of art. Okay, whatever.
Good, you didn't like it.
Anyway, next film. Number 64 is a horror film that I watched in October, of course. And it's called Don't Log Off. And I already talked about it. I gave it 1 star. I watched it because the tagline being "Terror has entered the chat" was just very cringy, and I had to see it. It's one of those where it's just on a Zoom call and there's someone dies and then people are like bringing their phones around and there's a desktop and it's one of those. It's not the worst. Like it's like we had fun, but it's not good by any means. So 1 star. Next is one you've already mentioned, War of the Worlds. It's quite a bit higher on my list than yours. It's number 63. It's half a star. But, it is higher than films I've rated 1 star. Because I've already said this before, to me, star ratings, sure, they don't really affect my ranking that much. I can't put a half-star film higher.
Before we started recording, I went into our respective lists, and I got up our Google Doc, and I was like, okay, I'll try and plan out, how many half-stars have I seen, how many 1 stars have you seen, and I can kind of divide it, and we can work it. I was like, okay, I'm doing right here. And I just scrolled up, I was like, oh, no, they are not in list of the star you gave them, so we're just going to have to do it. We're going to have to freeball it.
Yeah, no.
Which I do respect.
Listen,
I
it's
can never do
because
it, but I do respect it.
Sometimes, yeah, it's a half-star film, but I had fun, and as much as I don't respect it, it tried some things, like as you mentioned, dolly zoom on a webcam, crazy. It's also
I'm laughing at it, not with it. Yeah,
I'm laughing at it, but it's like I'd rather rewatch that than rewatch any of the films that came before it. So yeah. I just put it higher because I can.
This is what I respect people that don't do star ratings. They just do heart or not heart. I think
Yeah.
there's a freedom to that, but it would
I just like the
the chaos would
stats.
stress
That's
me
why
out.
I rate
Yeah,
them.
yeah, yeah. Same. The
I want
chaos
to
would
see the
stress me out.
stats of like how many films that I like, not like. I like that. Anyway. One more, I guess. Okay, number 62. Maybe controversial. I put K-pop Demon Hunters.
Not
I'm
controversial at
sorry.
all. It's fairly low on
One
my
and a
ranking
half
as well.
stars. It's just, I mean, come on, like this is for children. You know,
It's good though,
I'm not saying all animated films are for children because absolutely not.
but this is.
There are some that are brilliant, but this is just like I'm too old for this. This is not for me. I don't find it funny. I don't find it entertaining. But some of the animation was nice. It was cool. So I respect that. And even though that main golden song is apparently a rip-off of an already existing K-pop song, which
You
is
gotta love Soda Pop,
crazy.
though. Come on, brother.
Soda Pop, clear, of course.
I'm a bigger Soda Pop guy than a Golden guy. I have to say.
But yeah, no, 1.5. It's just I'm too old. Okay,
Too old
go
for this
next.
shit. In at 93 is Jafaken. This is my highest ever liked Letterboxd review with 31 likes. Simply, it's anyone mind if a white boy speaks a little patois? I was doing a Roy Keane patois impression in the office the other day, and that was fairly entertaining. Arguably more entertaining than this film. Well, that's harsh. The film is somewhat entertaining because it's so bad. But you know what? It was made with love, and there is an entertaining factor to it because it is so bad. It's kind of War of the World syndrome. It's not right at the bottom of my rankings because I had somewhat a good time. Next up, 92 is Happy Gilmore 2. I liked the first Happy Gilmore film. I didn't love it. I like Adam Sandler. I really like Christopher McDonald as Shooter McGavin. This film though is so. Oh, I accidentally nearly rated it as 5 stars. There. That's a letterbox Freudian slip. It's just not funny. It's boring. It looks like shit. It has weird cameos that aren't entertaining. I've just got no love for this film. So yeah, pretty bad. Next up is Honey Don't, the Ethan Coen second film in the lesbian detective saga. Moral quality's good. Chris Evans is actually pretty good. I think he's had a pretty good year, to be honest. Like the films he's been in haven't been good, but he's been good in them, in my opinion. So that's good for Chris, I guess. This film though, I just didn't care about it. I didn't find it entertaining or interesting. It's unfortunate. Next up is formerly was I think at one point was probably bottom of my list. One of my biggest letdowns of the year. I saw it at BFI Flair. It is Hot Milk. Cast is a good cast. Visually, it looks good. Quite like the editing. Unfortunately, the script is awful. And it's boring. I know there's a kind of a stigma about, oh, if you're a critic, well, we're not critics, but if you're critiquing films or judging films, you shouldn't say it's boring. No, if it's boring, it's boring. Just say that.
I think I've called almost every film boring so far.
Yeah, not Jafaken or War of the Worlds.
Yeah, no, not Jafaken or War of the Worlds, but yeah.
Yeah, it is boring. It's deeply uninteresting and it's got a stupid ending. Next up is another letdown. It is The Amateur, starring Rami Malek, a man who I'm pretty sure can't act. More on that theory. I'm not late to actually see him ever come up in this episode again. It's kind of like if you took the plot description, which is somewhat interesting, kind of FBI, CIA guy, computer guy who definitely has autism. His wife dies and he has to go kill people. Imagine that, but make it the most boring version of that. And then you have The Amateur. In 88 is the aforementioned Tornado by John McClane, starring Cokie, Tim Roth, Jack Loudon, and Rory McCann. Visually striking. It gets pretty good towards the end, but I thought the editing really let it down. I think we essentially did the same sequence, like 20, 30-minute sequence twice. It felt like it doesn't get going for ages and ages and ages, and then when it does, it ends in like 10 minutes, which is a real shame. And last of this batch is another letdown, actually. There's a lot of disappointments in my 1s and 1.5s and kind of around that area. It is the Josh Hartnett-led action film, Fight or Flight. I'm a huge Trap guy. Was not a big Fight or Flight
Trap
guy.
Nation.
Trap City bitch. Trap City bitch. Um, yeah, I mean Hartner's good, but it's just really boring, edited and shot really poorly. It's just kind of mindless rubbish. I mean, it speaks a lot to the quality of the other films that I've already spoke about. That it's it's only 87 out of 100. It's done quite well to bump itself up so high. But yeah, that's the end of my 7.
Okay, next film, 1.5 stars. This one actually is probably unpopular, even though I've said this a few times, but this is genuinely, I'm sure everyone else has this maybe in top 20 at least.
We're not. By the way, we should say we're not allowed to be rattled by each other here. We've got very differing opinions. And we've got
Yes, film is subjective.
I know what's coming up soon.
Art is subjective.
Yeah.
Let's just get out of the way. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna lie about liking a film, because that is worse.
That is pathetic, yeah.
That is pathetic. So number 61 at 1.5 stars is The Phoenician Scheme by Wes Anderson. I watched it at the cinema. Okay.
Yeah, sorry, not me.
I went to the cinema.
You gave yourself
I gave it a chance. Even though I feel like I've said this before, I rarely click with Wes Anderson because I don't care for his style of filmmaking.
His writing is quirky. I get it. I don't agree, but I get it.
It's just not for some people. And it's not that listen, Grand Budapest Hotel, 5 stars, okay? Like, it's not that I'm unable to enjoy a Wes Anderson film. It's just that the things that...
Party. That's what we learned there.
Yeah, like, the things that some people love about his films, I don't really care for, right? And that is why if it's a film like The Phoenician Scheme where I'm just not in it, then it's not going to be saved by the way it looks, the way it's directed, the acting I don't really care for, the tone I don't really care for. I actually don't hate the idea of it. Like, the plot, I think is interesting. I was just not in it. Just not in it. And I can't explain why. I'm just not... I don't know, Wes Anderson is a bit rough for me.
And now you never have to talk about it again, that film again.
Exactly, so now we can move on. I actually don't think I was that mean about it. I think I was pretty good.
No, I think you're fairly... You
very diplomatic.
Mentioned the subjectivity element of it. I think,
of course.
Get away with that one.
Okay. Next film is one I watched at London Film Festival that I nearly fell asleep in, and then there was an issue of the screen, and there was a really loud sound that woke me up. And that film is Silent Friend. 1.5 stars. It's the film of Leia Seydoux, Tony Leung.
Oh, the one about grass.
The one about plants.
That's it.
And a lot of people love this film, so I've already said this. This might be a me thing, a me problem, but I just didn't like it. Again, it's kind of like Tornado. It's like I was starting to enjoy it, and then it ended. Yeah. So it's a bit of a shame that happened, because it's not... Parts of it were good, because it's one of those films where there's like multiple stories in one. I liked certain parts of each story, and then certain parts I was just kind of falling asleep. So, yeah. And the Zoom acting was bad. I'm sorry, Leia Seydoux.
Hashtag end Zoom acting, unless you're...
Or let's start some Zoom acting classes, maybe.
Yeah. Podcast people, come on.
Next film is 2 stars. So we're moving on to 2 stars. Maybe, hopefully. I don't know if I've done...
Yeah.
No, actually, we're not, but let's just... Okay, next film is a 2-star film.
This is the first 2-star film.
This is the first 2-star film. It's a film that is called On Falling. I went to watch at BFI.
Ah, yeah.
With a Q&A with Zara Sultana, who we like.
Yeah.
I like her.
I've gone off for a little bit recently, but yeah, broadly, I think she's...
No, I like her. I think she's
a force for good.
She's good, yeah.
She's a force for good.
So I enjoyed the Q&A part. Like, I think Zara Sultana's great. But the film, the fact that I had to watch the film beforehand was a bit of a drag. And there are certain... The thing is, I went on a whole rant about this film when I was reviewing it, and we cut it because
cut a
we cut
lot.
we cut a lot of what I said about it because I feel like I'm not
cutting anything, by the way. Anything you say in this episode is not getting cut.
Yeah, which is why I'm not gonna
bad.
go into it, okay? But there are certain issues I have with this film, certain issues I have with stuff outside this film to do with the film that I'm not gonna mention. But I sort of a friend who also had a pretty similar opinion to me, so it's not just me. Anyway, it's like a slice of life film, about a warehouse worker, Portuguese migrant in Scotland. And yeah, I'm just gonna stop talking about it. I'm never gonna talk about it again because I have some issues that I'm not gonna talk about.
I can't remember if I said this last time. I probably said it at some point in the podcast. Just because your film has a social issue in it does not make it a good film.
No, even if it's a social issue that broadly, not even broadly, like I completely agree with what they're trying to do.
It's got to be entertaining or good.
The execution, I don't know. It's not even that. There's parts of the whole social issue bit that I don't really.
Just write a pamphlet.
Make a film, write a pamphlet. Let's never talk about that again because I'm not gonna start a rant again. Okay, next, number 58 is a film that I went to a press screening of at Soho House, and it's probably the most comfortable seating I've ever had at the cinema. So shout out.
Soho House?
No, it's not closing.
Is it Kazan Soho that's closing?
Kazan Mayfair is. I don't think it's closing anymore though. There's something going on.
Is it like San Siro every year? They just
I don't know.
No, stay.
But anyway, 2 stars. The Salt Path. Gillian Anderson, Innocent. I liked it even less when I found out the real story was fake.
It's bad, isn't it? They could make
that just kind of ruins everything.
They could make a film about how inaccurate the story is.
And also,
that'd probably be a more interesting film.
I mean, watching the film, there are certain bits where I was like, there's no way this happened, so I'm kind of glad that I wasn't being dumb and that actually...
I've not seen it. Is it like kind of ITV2 pension?
ITV2? ITV2 nowadays is just Love Island.
Okay, like ITV3.
ITV4.
ITV4?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Don't watch it. Please don't watch it. It's like, especially after now it's been like, because of scams. Like, why would anyone even watch this? What is the point?
Rating system. I might just like put what TV channel it'll be on.
Oh, that's actually a good shout.
That's a good bit. Anyway.
All right. What was that? 4. Okay, one more. So in a film that we saw together at BFI Flair, Departures, 1.5 stars. But you know what? It's kind of enjoyable. It was kind of enjoyable. We had fun.
It took swings. Yeah.
It took swings. We had fun. Yeah. It took swings. We had fun. That's
bored.
kind of.
I was not bored.
No, we were not bored. And yes, some performances are not great. Some are better than others. The post-credit scene, though.
Oh, that's enough.
Come on, it's brilliant, right? The post-credit scene is brilliant. I also I always think about this film when I listen to the Charlie XCX Troye Sivan Talk remix because he talks about getting a hotel in Amsterdam, and it reminds me of this film every single time I hear that song.
If this film had a budget, they'd absolutely license that song.
Oh, 100%.
It was made for like.
I can't believe that I still think of this when I listen to that Troye Sivan verse, but I do.
Departures is eternal.
And also, I think it's one of the best remixes on the Brat album. I'm going to say it.
I agree.
All right, well, that's my 5.
We did a lot of Brat discourse last year. We can't.
Yeah, we have to move on. Same as Charlie. Like, we all have to move on.
Come on, man. Come on. Just stop acting. Just make better music. Anyway, or make more good music. Anyway, whatever. In at 86 is Karate Kid Legends. I haven't watched all of Cobra Kai. I watched most of it. Broadly, I think it's inoffensive, kind of fun. I think it's fallen off a lot, which is why I stopped watching it. And you know what? I like Jackie Chan. I like Ralph Macchio. I like Josh Jackson. Didn't love this. Did not love this. 1.5 star. This first 1.5 star.
By the way, Karate Kid Legends sounds like a PlayStation 2 video game tie-in.
That's like the Tom Little episode, isn't it? Where we did a few years ago. Tom wants to come back on the podcast. There might be a Tom Little episode soon, hopefully. Anyway, I think it's just really badly edited. The soundtrack's crap. It's just kind of a lot of like nostalgia baiting. I will say the post-credit scene, the that cameo did work for me. So, yeah, I can't complain too much about it. Yeah, just pretty boring. Wasn't a massive fan. Next up is The Monkey by Oscar Perkins. I'm not an Oscar Perkins guy. Um, it's it's kind of like a Final Destination type film for people who've seen like 5 films ever, and they're like, "Whoa, man, that was so sick. That was so like that was awesome. That was radical, man." Um, it's not. It's boring. There's no shocks to it. No thrill. Well, the first like 5 minutes is good, and then the rest is really boring, and the ending's rubbish. Um, on to 2 stars. In at 84 is Memoir of. Oh, actually, no. I've got my rankings wrong. In at 84 on 1.5 stars is The Mastermind by Kelly Reichardt with Alana Haim and Josh O'Connor. This is a film when it was first getting marketed. I was like, I've not watched any Kelly Reichardt films apart from this. I was like, oh, okay, I really like Josh O'Connor. I really like Alana Haim. Plot sounds interesting. Visually, it looks really good. Um, and then I watched it, and it's got real mixed reviews because her films just do, and that's natural. I was like, okay, I don't mind Sir films. This is so boring. It's so slow. There was at one point like a 5 to 10 minute scene where it's just him carrying a box up a ladder. And I get what she's going for, but it's not entertaining. It's boring. It's so slow. Josh O'Connor's good. Alana Haim is given basically nothing to do for the entire film. Um, yeah, not good. In at 80, gotta get my ratings right, my rankings right. 83 and 83 is Wicked for Good, 1.5 star. I quite liked the first Wicked film. Thought it was really entertaining. I thought it was really well acted. I thought Cynthia Erivo and especially Ariana Grande fairly deserved Oscar nominations in my opinion. I wouldn't have been mad if Ariana Grande won the Oscar for Best Supporting Actress. Not to say I think she should have done, but I wouldn't have been mad at it. I thought she was really good. Um, this though, oh my god, the lighting is so bad. The plot is so rushed and also underdeveloped and disinteresting, and the songs are just so forgettable. The performances are fine. They're fine. It's just got nothing to it. There is no meat on the bones at all. I don't get how the lighting is still this bad. The color grading is still this bad. You can parrot the whole, oh, we want Oz to feel more realistic and not like a fantasy land. But I'm sorry, if I can't see your film, that is ridiculous. You can't see half the film. So for that, I'm not happy with Wicked for Good. Extremely let down by it. Not a good film. In at 82 on 2 stars, looping background, so I need to fix my rankings, is Memoir of a Snail. This is an animated film that has actually got quite good reviews. But for me, I just didn't care much for it. It's if I just get the cast up very quickly, it's got Sarah. Oh yeah, that's it. It's got Sarah Snook in it, who's obviously in Succession, pretty good in Succession, and someone called Jackie Weaver, which is quite funny. This one, it just felt tonally a bit all over the place. It kind of hitched at both kids and also adults with some like really like not even like wink and a nod, just like really sexual jokes, which is I didn't really know how to experience it. Animation's good though. Just didn't find it that interesting. How many got left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, in at 81 on 2 stars, and this is a film I thought I'd give 0.5 star to when I watched it, and it's definitely on the lower half of 2. It's definitely not a particularly great film. It's a Minecraft movie. Now, there is so much wrong with this film. So much wrong with this film. However, I would be lying if I said I was entertained by it somewhat. It is stupid, it's brain rot, but you know what? I'm not really the target audience for it. And I still kind of enjoyed it a little bit. A little bit. Kind of mad that it's got a sequel. I mean, yeah, it made a lot of money, so I do kind of get it, but that's interesting. But yeah, not a particularly good film, but not the worst I saw of the year. And in at 80, is, as Veronica just mentioned, departures. Took some swings, some landed, especially in the first half. A lot didn't. I actually quite like the editing though. I know people had a gripe with the editing, but I actually quite enjoyed it. I thought it was fun and camp. The second half is not that good, and the third act's really bad. And David Tag's performance is not good at all, and it's really grating when the big emotions have to land, which he can't deliver, which is a shame. But yeah, I respect it somewhat, but it's ultimately not brilliant.
Okay, I'm next. And a film we saw at London Film Festival? No, BFI Flare. Summer's Camera. I gave it 2 stars. I'm surprised you haven't mentioned it yet, actually.
It's coming up in the next batch.
But I'm surprised because I didn't think you liked it.
I didn't.
No. Well, I gave it 2 stars.
Like, by the way.
Well, it's the same. But anyway, I gave it 2 stars because I think, I liked the way it looked. Like the cinematography, the lighting was nice to look at well. At times. It was pretty nice. Yeah. I just think it was a bit. There wasn't much going on. Just wasn't much going on. The I don't know. The plot was a little bit like, okay, we get it. Yeah. I don't know. I guess the shots where it's like through a camera, pretty cool.
It's fine.
It's like well made, but fine. There's nothing, not too much substance.
Agree.
For me. Okay. Next film I saw at Venice, which is L'Étranger, or the Stranger, if you can't speak French. L'Étranger. Anyway, 2 stars. It's an adaptation of the book of the same name by Albert Camus. It's a good book, but it shouldn't be made into a film. And I think that we've spoken about a few other films that have made the same mistake. Some people probably like it, but to me, it was just, this should have just stayed as a book. The lead actor's decent, I guess. And I think there was some scenes towards the end that I did enjoy seeing on the big screen, but generally, most of it, no, like I'm just gonna reread the book, thanks. Next is a film you've already talked about, After the Hunt, 2 stars, because
you watched that.
Watched it in Venice. I really love Luca Guadagnino, you know that. I'm probably the bigger Luca Guadagnino fan, to be honest.
Yeah, he's like a solid 7 out of 10 guy outside of Challengers for me.
But for me, like, I love this guy. So I was very excited. I like Julia Roberts, I like Ayo Debris, whoever else was in there. I don't really like Andrew Garfield, so I don't give a fuck. But, I thought it was going to be good. I thought it was going to have some nuance. That would have been nice. But apparently not.
Little did you know.
Little did I know. No, I don't want to use the word hate, but I kind of hated it. And despite that, I gave 2 stars because actually, I didn't mind the cinematography as much as you did. I didn't mind the direction as much as you did. I think as much as I'm lower on the performance of Julia Roberts than you are, I still think it's good. I think the main issue, and it's probably one of the biggest issues a film can have, is a screenplay that is just awful. And this screenplay is awful. And before I watched the film, I heard some people who've already read the screenplay saying, guys, lower your expectations, we've read the screenplay, there's no way this could be good. Even if everything else is great, the screenplay is so bad that this is impossible to pull off.
I don't know why he picked this.
I don't know.
It makes no sense. It's bad.
I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. Anyway, so as much as I still had some hope in the back of my mind, I was kind of, okay, I'll set my expectations a bit lower. No, it still disappointed me. It's awful. And people who are defending it are just trying to be contrarian or trying to look for something that's not there. Or trying to think of this as smarter than it is, because it's not. It's not. Stop looking for things that aren't there. Anyway, we've already talked about that film loads of times. I hope we never had to mention it again. Next. Also, I don't like Andrew Garfield still. He still hasn't won me over, like, ever. Anyway, next is London Film Festival film Ballad of a Small Player. I wrote a review on it because it was just so disappointing. I love Colin Farrell. I love gambling. No, I don't. I don't gamble. I'm
Love Tilda
joking.
Swinton, probably, hopefully.
Well, I guess she's alright. I haven't seen many films that she's been in, but she's pretty consistent as a good actress. Macau is a very cinematic location. The lighting is
Macau,
great.
yeah.
Cinematography is it's very easy to make it look good. We've already said that. It's just it made me sleepy because you'd think that this would be like high action, high stakes. It should have been good. It really should have been good. And then you just make it so slow and uninteresting. And I cannot remember a single thing that happened.
For what it's worth, I tried to watch this in December because I was like really desperate to get to 100 2025 films. And I was like, I know this isn't going to be good, but like, how bad can it be? I turned it off within 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's just so slow.
So slow.
It's
slow.
You know what it's like? It's like Arne Slot's Liverpool team. You look at that team, right? Listen, you look at the team and you're like, look at these players like Florian Wirtz, Hugo Ekitike,
McAllister, Szoboszlai,
Dominic Szoboszlai, Van Dijk,
Frimpong.
Kirkes, Frimpong. You think, oh, this is going to be like high octane, heavy metal football, like high pressing, blah, blah. And then you watch them play and they're passing it side to side 90% of the game. And it's like you have all the things that should create something good and something fun and entertaining. And then it's just so slow.
And they say we don't talk about football anymore.
Yeah. So the
Come
Ballad
on.
of a Small Player is Arne Slot's Liverpool this season. You heard it here first.
First
And Colin Farrell is Hugo Ekitike, for sure. Because he does his best with all he has. He tries. Next up, my last of the 5, number 52, 2 stars again, is Novocaine. It's just
the Jack Quaid one.
Jack Quaid plays the same role he plays in every other project.
Lovely
which
idiot.
It's not bad. Like he's good at
He's a good guy.
He's good at this kind of role. He's very much typecast, I feel now, but after The Boys.
So can we say that you definitely prefer the song by Frank Ocean Novocaine to the film Novocaine?
Yes. Yeah.
That's good to know where we lie.
And I mean, there's some bits of it that are like fun, but it's just I don't know. It's a little bit. If you read the plot, it's exactly what you think it's gonna be, right? Like, there's nothing special about it, so that's why it's a 2-star film. Like, I don't regret watching it. There are some fun parts, but that's it. So that's my 5.
That said, it will be a while until you hear that film come up for me, mainly because I've seen so many. In at 79 on 2 stars is K-pop Demon Hunters. Pretty much agree with everything Veronica said. I used to work in a school, and the kids they're always like, "Oh, Miss Hancock, have you seen K-pop Demon Hunters yet?" I was like, "No." So finally watched it. Didn't love it. Found it. I just didn't really care about it on a plot level. I thought the animation was good. I thought that Golden was pretty good. I thought that the Soda Pop song was really entertaining. But outside of that, didn't really get anything from it. In at 78 is the Mel Gibson and Mark Wahlberg plane thriller Flight Risk, in which the big twist is that he has a really bad hairline. It's not good, but it's watchable because of the bonkers performances. You're kind of laughing at it rather than with it. But I wasn't bored, which I think you can't say about a lot of films that came out this year. In at 77 is the Aziz Ansari written and directed and acted, starring Keanu Reeves and Seth Rogen and Keke Palmer. Good cast, really good cast, apart from Keanu Reeves who can't act. Good Fortune. I've never seen so many swipe transitions in my life, or wipe transitions in my life. Every 30 seconds, it felt like there was one. Yeah, Seth Rogen's the best part of the film. It's not bad. I mean, it's not good. It's not like awful, but it's just extremely forgettable and takes what is an interesting concept, in my opinion. Don't have an issue with that or the plot. I just found the execution to be fairly uninteresting. Um, Next up is Now You See Me, Now You Don't on 2 stars. Quite like the first two films. Quite like the cast. You know, like Jesse Eisenberg, like Dominic Sessa, like Woody Harrelson, like Rosamund Pike. Unfortunately, I find it to be quite repetitive, and I don't think it did anything interesting that the other two films before it didn't do. Um, yeah, there was actually I did like the kind of the sequence where they were in the house, the mansion, and the camera did some cool things. There was some good trickery and stuff like that, but apart from that, didn't get much out of it. And next up is on 2.5 stars / 2 stars. Can't really decide. It is Summer's Camera. Again, we saw that at BFI Flair. I thought it was tender. I thought it was sweet. I thought the performances were good. I did remember I need a pee. I need a pee. God, what a child! I need to go. I need to go to the toilet. For the entire duration, and I was going to like burst. So that really took away from the experience. But yeah, I found it to be quite underwritten and surface level, which I believe it's the director's. And did she write it? Yeah, she wrote and directed it. Song Divine. It's like her first ever thing. Um, so there's always going to be a lack of nuance or whatever. But I thought there's some interesting ideas in there that just weren't fully explored well. Next up is a film that's been panned, and like I don't have it rated highly. I've got it rated 2.5, and it's a miracle that it is somewhat watchable because it was reshot about 1 million times. It's Captain America: Brave New World. Marvel and the MCU is not in a good spot at the moment. I will watch Doomsday when it comes out, and I will watch New Spider-Man, but I'm not optimistic. My expectation of this film going into it was that it would be absolutely god awful and terrible. And look, it's really badly written. You can see that there's been so many reshoots because there's just a lot of the backs of people's heads and two shots. Um, but I was entertained a bit because it's stupid and it's pretty well paced. It's quick. The acting's all right. So yeah, not as bad as I thought it would be. Next up and final one of this batch is Love, Brooklyn. This one I saw at London Film Festival. This is Rachel Abigail Holder's directorial debut. I thought it was a film that, again, I think the script was the issue. I think there's been some. It's weird because there's been a lot of really good scripts this year and a lot of quite surface level and weak ones. And I think this is probably one of them. Technically, it's really good. The lighting is really nice. The camera moves really nice. The acting's pretty good. I mean, Andre Holland, Nicole Bahari, and especially DeWanda Wise. DeWanda Wise is brilliant. It's got there's a lot of like vulnerability and compassion and strength to her performance, but it just doesn't fully come together despite the good chemistry of the cast. And they are doing their best. I just think the script lets them down, which is a shame because I feel like this could have been really, really a lot better than it was. It's warm, but I would say unfortunately shallow, which is a shame. But look, when Rachel Abigail Holder's next film comes out, I will be interested in watching it because I think there are signs of a good director who maybe needs some help with her writing at this current stage, which is fine. She's still young.
My next 3 films are all from Venice Film Festival. Shock horror. I didn't watch many great films this year there because I missed Begonia.
Every year, a film, a coin gets flipped, whether you have a good experience in Venice or
not. Anyway, so the first one, number 51, I rated 2 stars. But I mean, I've said this before, I really don't think it's as bad as 2 stars says it is. Does that make sense? Like,
this is the downside of the whole star rating system.
Yeah, I don't sure, it's a 4 out of 10, but it's really a bit better than you'd expect. I really didn't expect much of it. It's called Made in EU by Stefan Komandarev.
I heard of this.
It hasn't been watched by many people. I don't think it's going to get a release or anything, but I kind of liked it. It was, I mean, some of the things with the sun again, were a bit cringy because they definitely didn't have anyone younger than 35 advising them on what young people do online and how YouTube works. But no, I think it explored something that is interesting, like someone being accused of spreading COVID in like a really small town, right, and being ostracized. That's an interesting premise for a film. Like actually,
Hello, Eddington. By
okay.
Ari Aster.
I mean, like films that acknowledge COVID, is difficult. It's like really not easy, and like we'll talk about Eddington later, but this could have been very bad.
Very, very, very later.
Yeah, and like this could have been bad. It could have, it could have just been boring. The premise didn't really sound crazy interesting, but I went because I thought I'll give it a chance, right? Because why not? Actually, I kind of liked it. Yeah, but 2 stars because it is 2 stars. Just I don't know. It surprised me. Next film, Motor City, which I wrote a review of. I think I've said this, like, it's very... I don't even know how to describe it. I mean, yes, the thing with the no dialogue, except for like a few things, it's definitely gimmicky, and I don't think it's even necessary for those few words to be said. I think they should have just committed. And now, actually, I've seen that more people have seen this film. I think it's had some sort of a release, maybe at other film festivals. People really like it. I gave it 2 stars.
It was at TIFF,
it was at TIFF.
Yeah.
Which
Sam Richardson's huge, isn't it? Jesus Christ!
I said like he's like a Saints Row character because that's exactly what he is.
I want to work out of him. I might die, but it'd be fun.
Yeah, like he's like classic muscly guy, walking around huffing and puffing, right?
There's a place for that in cinema.
There is. And the music drops I found cringy. I didn't like it. Shailene Woodley is not as good as Lily James. I thought she was Lily James, and then she started acting. And then I realised...
Ferrari, that accent she's in Ferrari. Good lord.
Yeah, Shailene Woodley, I'm sorry, but we are not big fans of your acting. I don't know who you are as a person, but rough in this film. But action sequences, the violence, the gore. There's an elevator scene. Very cool, very fun. So
Drive 2012 reference.
I will definitely... I've already said this before. I'll keep an eye out on what the director does next. His name is Pozzi Ponsiroli.
Sometimes these people just need better writers.
I mean, yeah, like this guy can, he can direct an action scene or a bit of violence, that's for sure. But the emotional parts of the film just don't work really. And shout out Ben Foster, who was, I think, the best performance in the film.
He's a sneakily like he goes about things quietly. Good actor. Good actor. He's one of
he's solid.
Vlad Bateman's favourite actors. I was speaking to me about that a while ago.
Next up is a film I haven't rated because I don't really rate documentaries. But
you're throwing documentaries into this.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I mean, I don't watch that many. I
numbers up.
No, I just threw it in there. I just threw it wherever. To be honest,
why the hell not?
Why not? It's the Mark Jacobs documentary by Sofia Coppola.
Oh yeah, okay. I'll let you off because it's Sofia Coppola.
Yeah, Sofia Coppola. Like, come on. It's not. It's cinema.
It's a type of
film.
It's
cinema.
It's a type of film.
And I mean, like it's interesting enough, but I don't really care about fashion. I watched it for Sofia. She did a great job. End of story, really.
3 cheers for Sofia Coppola.
3 cheers for Sofia Coppola. Next up at number 48. Now, I want to say before I carry on completely with my list, I want to tell you that I've actually made changes while you were talking.
I've been looking.
I've been changing my list constantly, actually, so you kind of don't know what it looks like right now. And I'll probably carry on changing it.
I know the next couple, but I didn't look up. I know
yeah.
There's some picks in here. Some that I love. Some that
I know it's controversial.
The film's
Some of it is
mental.
mental. I know some of it is mental, right? But listen, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, I can't lie. I have to be honest with myself.
One battle after another, is it?
No, but like I've genuinely made so many changes since we started this whole podcast.
So have I. I've been tweaking it around.
Yeah, because I've just kind of been thinking,
It's
God, what the
hard.
hell?
Really
Sometimes
difficult.
I'll look at what I had before and I'm like, what the hell was I thinking? Like,
Yeah.
what was wrong with
Anyway,
me?
come
And
on,
then I'll
spit
make some that are more mental than they were before. But anyway, I think the next one is fine, actually, because it was a lot higher and I was surprised by how high it was. I was like, what the hell am I doing? I need to get this down. And that is 2.5-star rated film we saw both at BFI Flair. Brazilian, shout out Brazil. I'm coming to Brazil maybe at some point.
Yeah.
Night Stage.
That's
Night
similar.
Stage.
Where I've got it at a similar position. It's coming.
Yeah,
up in
number
the next couple.
48.
Yeah.
It's just so fun. It is fun, right? Like it's just
mad.
funny and fun.
I need to rewatch it. It's fucking
It's
mental.
the plot is like we went because the plot, right, is just so interesting. Like
And
an
can I
actor and a
say-
politician have an affair and have a fetish of having sex in public. Like that is just
I made some jokes
crazy.
about it about. And it, by the way, I always say this film visually is stunning.
It is.
Especially the interior scenes. Until
The
the end, it
lighting
doesn't
is
really,
great.
I don't think it really goes far enough until right at the end. But I'll let
The
you talk.
ending
It's so
is
good. It's one of my favorite endings of the year because it's so mad.
the audacity to do that is just crazy.
I want to say, is it directorial debut?
I
No, not directorial debut, but still,
No.
like, come on.
But you know, they haven't made that many films,
took
right? Because
balls,
it's two directors.
Ironically. Yeah, it's a duo. Yeah.
But you know what? I think I can say I think we respected it.
I had a good time. It's not good, but I had a good time.
Yeah, we had a good time. Shout out good time. Shout out Safety.
We went. I think we went to get a drink afterwards, didn't we?
We did, and we just sat there like, what the fuck just happened? We were just laughing to each other,
And
like,
it
what
was-
the
was it the
hell was
closing-
that film?
Was it the closing gala film at BFI Flair? And it was just like it's mad. It's properly mad.
It is properly
it's-
mad.
It's great.
I
to watch
recommend it though.
with other people. I think that are on a
No,
similar
watch it by
wavelength to you.
yourself.
I think you get put on a list if you watch this film on your own.
Whoa. Come
too
on.
silly.
It's legal now.
Voyeurism is not legal.
Is it not? Okay, well, fair
No.
enough.
Publicly
Okay,
having
well, I
sex
didn't
is
know
not
that.
legal. No.
I thought you were talking about the gay thing. I was kind of saying,
No,
you know,
you're
being
allowed to be
gay is
gay.
legal.
Sorry, podcast update. You are allowed to be gay. You're not allowed to do dogging. Okay, that's still illegal.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of forgot that happens in this film. I guess they do have that park where apparently everyone does it.
It's like they're like in Casablanca. We'll always have park. We'll always have Paris.
Yeah, no, I mean, I recommend it. I think it looks good and it's a fun
Yeah.
time. Fun time
I
at the
recommend
movies.
I'm not recommend it in the office, but for people who listen to this podcast,
I actually have
if you can
recommended this at
find
the
it,
office, by the way,
if you can find it, and
like a few days ago.
I don't think you'll be able to find it very easily.
No.
Unless you're in Brazil in the 15th of January onwards, or Germany in the 26th of February onwards. Apart from that, good luck. If you can find it, then fair play to you.
Okay, next film is You're Gonna Hate Me. Number 47.
No, I get it. I know.
Okay.
I know what it's gonna be. I get it.
Okay. Number 47, 2.5 stars, The Ballad of Wallace Island. I'm sorry.
Don't
I'm sorry to
apologise.
Mr. Jack Hancock.
Don't
I'm
apologise, I
sorry
get it.
to
It's okay. It's okay.
everyone else who I'm friends with on Letterboxd, because all of them did love it.
You've got
Um,
a cold heart, and that's okay.
I just am not. I don't find the humor funny, and that's kind
like
of
it.
the main bit of the film. And I guess the
Is that in the romance,
emotional.
isn't it?
No, I guess there's
Yeah.
an emotional part of the film. There's a whole thing there, but again, I just don't really click with it. I think Carey Mulligan is great. I love Carey Mulligan. I went through a Carey Mulligan phase where I watched a lot of her films.
We've all been for a Carey
So-
Mulligan phase.
Okay. No, but I watched a few of her films after. I mean, yeah, I went through like Wildlife, Maestro,
I always
Drive,
forget about
whatever.
Wildlife.
Wildlife is a bit of a sneaky film. And Education I
solid
watched as
film.
well.
Maestro's good. Maestro's a really overhated film. I didn't.
I really
like
don't
it's like
mind
a
it. I
7
think
out of
Carey
10 film
Mulligan
for
is
me.
really good in it. Really good in
I think
it.
Bradley Cooper's really good as well, but Carey Mulligan.
But
the
Yeah.
superior of the two.
So no, I love Carey Mulligan, and I'll stop. I will end my review there.
That's
That is all
okay.
you have to know.
That's okay. That's okay. I'll talk about it right at the end of this podcast. Is that your 5? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Where am I? In at 72 is a film that until the third act, I had it about 3. It's not like a mid to high 3. But it is a 2.5 star. It is the Brett Goldstein written and acted, and Imogen Poots acted, and Zor Ashton and other people. It's the romance film All of You. From what I remember, 'cause when did I see this film? September. Okay, so I've seen a lot of films since then. It's kind of it's a romance about it's set in the near future where you are essentially given like they do like a scientific testing. It gives you your perfect partner, who that should be. And Brett Goldstein's character is friends with Imogen Poots, and he takes her along to this clinic, and she gets this guy, not him, which you maybe expect. Oh, it's gonna meet him, and they're best friends. They're gonna date. I mean, they do that at some point. That's not a spoiler, but and then it kind of flits through their whole relationship. And it kind of it's set over maybe like a 10-year period. I can't really remember. And it kind of tackles there's affairs, there's heartbreak, there's death, and it's actually fairly interesting. And then it kind of got to the end of the film, and I was like, oh, this is getting really repetitive now. I didn't like the ending. I thought the decisions the characters were making were really stupid. And yeah, ultimately just a bit of a letdown, but quite heartfelt. I thought the acting was pretty good. Brett Goldstein and Imogen Poots have really good chemistry. Visually, it looks pretty good. But yeah, this is the second half of the film, which isn't that good, which is a shame. Maybe would have been better as kind of a 50-minute short film, like a Black Mirror type thing, because it has got that aspect of it. But as a feature, it's only at 90 minutes, but it stretches itself a bit thin. Next up is at 71 is 2.5 stars. It is Night Stage. One of the wildest films I've seen this year. It's kind of it's in that kind of Pillion bracket. I'd much preferred Pillion. I think Pillion's a much better film, but it's in that bracket of films that are LGBTQA plus, and actually they're taking big swings, big risks. The film's got character. It's not generic or lazy or yada yada yada. The film's got balls. It's a flawed film, but it's got a lot of character, and I respect that. In at 70 is Heads of State. It's the Idris Elba and John Cena action film where they play the president and the prime minister. It's kind of slop. It's kind of mid, but I had a good time. It's dumb fun. Jack Quaid's pretty good in it. Not really got much to say about it, but it's fine. Next up is Thursday Murder Club. I haven't read the books. This is kind of ITV3 core. This is one for the nans. The cast is nice. There's a lot of old heads, like Ben Kingsley and Pierce Brosnan, David Tennant, Jonathan Pryce, Helen Mirren. It's nice. The script is really bad. It's one of those scripts where it assumes the audience isn't paying attention, and it kind of like expositions the plot every 5 minutes and reminds you what's happening. The third act's pretty bad. But it's nice. It's not for me. I'm not the target audience, but it's nice. It's twee and inoffensive. It just doesn't trust its audience at all. How many have I got left? 3. Okay, in at, what was that, 68. It is We Live in Time, 2.5 stars, Florence Pugh and Andrew Garfield. One of those films that when it was first went into production, I know some delays and stuff, but I was like, oh, okay. I really like Florence Pugh. Don't mind Andrew Garfield. Concept sounds interesting. Unfortunately, execution is bad. I don't think the non-linear narrative works. The script's really clunky. Florence Pugh's really good. Andrew Garfield's like solid, but like he has that thing where he's just so pathetic and wet, and that did great on me. It needs to be longer if you're gonna do this. It needs to be like 2 hours 15 minutes. It's not. It's like 1 hour and 50, and it just tries to bite off more than it can chew. Next up at 67. Sorry, I didn't mean to. At 67. At 67 is Materialist.
What do you mean you didn't mean to do that? No one says 67 like that.
No, but
ever before.
I was about to say 67, but then in my head, I said 67,
okay.
and then my mouth said it. In at 6-7 is Materialists. A real letdown. I didn't love Past Lives. I thought it was definitely good, but not great. I thought it was quite overrated. This though, it's a really bad script. Really bad script. Um, it just tonally nothing. It doesn't meld. It doesn't meld. I actually think Chris Evans is the best part of this film. I think he's the only one who. I think Dakota Johnson's alright. I think Pedro Pascal's fine. I think Chris Evans is the only one in this film who really knows what the film should be. I know that sounds weird and a bit nonsensical, but every time the focus is on him and his character and his relationship with Lucy, played with Dakota Johnson, I get it. The film makes sense. It doesn't fully work, but it makes sense. But every time it kind of strays away from that, and he comes out the film, the film kind of falls apart. It's got an insane side plot to do with sexual assault that, like, I actually think I get what they're going for. I do. It's a danger of dating, yada yada yada. But it doesn't work tonally because it's not written well enough. Which that left a real sour taste in my mouth. But Chris Evans, in my opinion, is really good in this film. Not brilliant, but like really good. He's a lot of fun, and he's given some really cheesy romantic lines that I think he does his best with. But again, the film just doesn't really work. And is this my last 2.5? Is it? No, it's not. It's my last of this batch though. It is The Roses. A film I was really excited for. I like Olivia Colman. I really like Benedict Cumberbatch. I like Andy Samberg. But again, it's one of those things. Comedy. If it doesn't land, you're not going to like the film. I didn't think it was that funny. I didn't think it took big enough swings. It felt repetitive until the third act. I know you're a fan of it. And I know a lot of people like it, but one that I was disappointed by. But yeah, over to you.
Interestingly enough, my next film is also Materialists, 46. So I have a little bit higher, I guess, but 2.5 again.
Well, we should say you've technically got it higher because you've seen less films. But if you aggregate it out, it probably works
probably
out
very similar. Yeah, probably
like an average position. Yeah, it's probably similar.
Yeah. But I mean 2.5, same as you. I actually moved it up. Surprisingly, I had it lower, but actually maybe this is because I look back at the good parts I liked, and I completely ignore the parts I don't like, and I think, actually, was it that bad? No, the script was that bad, as you said. I just think that listen, if you remove Pedro Pascal from this film, and Dasher, but that's a different story. If you remove Pedro Pascal and his character from this film, which I know kind of ruins the plot, but let's say you rewrite it somehow.
Yeah.
You remove him. Even though I do like Zoe Winters, and I think she's sneakily very good as a supporting actress, if you either flesh out that part of the film,
commit to that plot line.
Yeah, I either flesh that out and have it also as, part of Dakota Johnson's character's arc of, changing and whatever throughout the film. I think there's something really good here, genuinely, because I actually think Dakota Johnson's pretty good. Like, she's not the best, but
she's solid.
It's difficult with the script, right? Yeah. I think the bits where she's with Chris Evans are great. Like, yeah. I actually wouldn't even say they're great. Because I think they're a bit more natural. I think that when it's like Pedro Pascal and her, it's a bit more like you're both acting. Like, I don't know, like, it's really obvious that you're both acting, and it's just a bit ridiculous. And it's like, are you trying to get a TikTok clip or something with what he's doing and what this is? Because it's just a little bit cringy. His whole character I found a bit cringy. So, I don't know, I guess it's just disappointing because, like you said, Past Lives is good. I'm the same as you. Like, other people we are friends with loved Past Lives way more than we did. But I actually thought Materialists would be, like, the step up, right? Like, I thought this would be the next... And I thought I was going to love this film. I didn't.
So the energy of the trailer was really good. I liked
the trailer... I don't really watch trailers, but obviously this is at the cinema all the time. And I liked the trailer. I was really excited. And... I just think it's a shame. And I also think it's a shame that Dakota Johnson has had another, film where people maybe, be like, aha, I knew she wasn't a good actress, because I rewatched Cha Cha Real Smooth this year, and she's really good in that film. There's also another film she was in this year that I liked her in, but I'll talk about that later.
Madam Web 2.
No. I think that when she wants to try and when she likes the project, she does pretty well. I think she's just very bad at hiding when she's doing something for money, okay?
Yeah.
That's how I'm going to describe it.
Her acting style is like, it can come across as phoned in very easily. I'm not saying she does phone it in
and it can come across
but
as, it's very obvious you're acting here.
Or like, I'm above this, or, I don't
Oh,
really
yeah,
care.
for sure.
But that's not to say she didn't, that's not what she's like Materialist. I don't think she's...
No, Materialist, she's fine. And like I said, I just think
Evans
her and Chris Evans
good.
are
Yeah.
good. It's just the Pedro Pascal thing, I completely don't like it. It could just not be there. And I get that it's part of the plot, but just get rid of him. And I also just I don't really like him as an actor. Yeah, I'm fine.
Like, fair play, he's worked really hard for a long time, and it's good that he's making his money, but like, I don't need this much Pedro Pascal in my media.
No. Anyway, so Materialist, disappointing, I think. But, Chris, innocent, Dakota may be a little bit innocent, depending on which parts of the film you're watching.
Yeah.
Next up is Freestyle film. We're on to some Freestyle films now. Number 45. It's your favourite actress, Megan Faye, in Drop, directed by Christopher Landon.
That's also, we're very close to Drop as well for me, so...
Okay.
We're aligning.
We're aligning a little bit here, but I've already said this. I like Christopher Landon because the two slashes he's done before, Happy Death Day and Happy Death Day to You, and there's going to be a third one apparently, so I'm very excited. I really like them. They're like some of the first slashes I watched.
I need to watch them. Really.
And they're just so fun, like just so fun. And the lead actress in them is great.
Drop is
very much self-aware. It's just like good time at the movies with friends, whatever. So I was excited for this film. A little bit disappointing, but like, I wasn't really expecting it to be as good as those others. But like it's a premise that could have been worse than it is, right? The airdropping,
and it also could have been better
stuff. Like it could have been better, but it also could have been way worse. So I think I appreciate the fact that it's not that bad. Yeah. I think Megan Faye is a decent actress. I haven't really seen her in much other than The White Lotus, which I thought she was very good in. I think she was one of the best on that season, by the way. And she's okay here, but she doesn't really she doesn't really get many jobs, I've noticed. So what is going on there, Megan?
Because no one can spell her name, so they can't email her.
Or actually, they've sent her letters, she just doesn't get them because the name's spelled wrong. No, crazy spelling, as we've said before and as you've crashed out on before.
We're leaving it last. We have to leave that in last year. The beef cannot continue.
Okay, the beef is over. The war is over. I thought Brandon Sklenar was okay, but nothing special. Like, he's a handsome guy, but nothing special.
Like, the outfit he had on, good fit.
Yeah.
He's a handsome guy. He's a good-looking guy. They're saying he should play Batman. I don't agree with that, but, he's like SpongeBob. He's a big guy.
SpongeBob Big Guy Pants, okay.
Yeah. That's what I was referencing.
I wish that was nominated for an Oscar. It should have.
Yeah.
They should have. I need to watch that film, by the way. It's I think it's on VOD.
Oscar nominated.
I mean, listen, she was pretty good in Highest to Lows, but we'll talk about that later.
She's in one scene. What?
Yeah, and it was pretty good. She's pretty good. I was impressed. Anyway, so no, Drop is like, if you want to just put something on, an hour and a half, I guess it's entertaining enough. 3 stars, sure. Why not?
There's Drop and one other film that I'll talk about later. I think you've seen it as well, where there's some very solid 3-star slashers came out this year. We'll get to it later.
Next film is one I saw in Venice that I don't know if this is going to get released, even though it is. Apparently, it's a Disney Plus film. Apparently, from the opening titles, apparently it's a Disney Plus film, which is crazy. Because of what it is. It's Olivier Assayas directed The Wizard of the Kremlin. which sounds
Oh, yeah.
insane. It sounds crazy. It
The Jude Law one.
sounds, oh my god, yes, Jude Law plays Vladimir Putin, Paul Dano plays his advisor, Alicia Vikander plays his advisor's girlfriend, wife, whatever the hell. Jeffrey Wright is there.
Love Jeffrey Wright.
It seems like it'll be crazy, and oh my god, what is going on? It's disappointing. And I don't know if there was a version of this that was better than it is. I think it's fair to assume that parts got cut or changed, right? Surely.
It's 2.5 hours long.
Because it's about Putin. It's still 2.5 hours, but it's like you could have done a lot better with the time that you had. It also somehow feels rushed, which is crazy. Maybe it's too much to fit into a film. I don't know. Maybe they should have just focused on certain parts. Alicia Vikander, I liked because I like her. I think she's a decent actress, even though her jobs maybe sometimes have not been the best films. But I think, I don't know. It was just it edges you. It edges you. You think something's going to happen, and then it doesn't.
By Putin.
No. Maybe by Alicia Vikander. Anyway,
do you know what the most liked review is on Letterboxd?
What?
The Wizard of Crime.
What is it?
3 stars. You're attending a film festival when the Disney Plus logo causes the entire movie theater to gasp in horror rather than having the MCU fans cheer in excitement.
It wasn't even that. I think people just laughed because they were like, "Why is this film about Putin's advisor made by Disney? It's kind of strange."
How does this happen?
I don't know. And also, you'd think that they'd go more on satire and comedy, right? Because it could have worked really well if they. It's more of a drama or a retelling. I don't know. It could have been. It could have been a lot better. It's not that bad. It's just it had so much potential, in my opinion. But no, 3 stars. I liked it. I recommend it, but I don't know if anyone will want to spend 2.5 hours watching it. So, I don't know. Next up is number 43, Weapons. Weapons is quite low for me. 3 stars. I know that it's, again, a lot of people like this film. A lot more than I did. I like Amy Madigan's performance as Aunt Gladys. I like cool. Julia Garner.
I do quite like that nomination for Amy.
No, I do. I don't have anything against it, and I will talk about that in a separate episode, I guess. But Austin Abrams, again, another Euphoria cast member who is a pretty good actor. Turns out.
Aaron Alden, right?
It's
good cast.
Yeah, the cast is good.
The directing's pretty good.
Director's pretty good.
Script.
Yeah, I'm just not sure.
Have you rewatched it since you saw it?
No, I should though, because I was a little bit drunk.
Well, I've got a film
at the cinema
that will come up surprisingly, not super soon, but sooner than you'd think. Where I need to rewatch it soon. So
I should rewatch it, but I'm not gonna lie. I thought from the marketing it was gonna be something that it wasn't, and again, it's not the film's fault that I misinterpreted what it was gonna be.
You were manipulated.
It's my fault for having different expectations, especially because, I absolutely love Barbarian. Yes. I think Barbarian is such a fun film. I think that is the type of horror that I really enjoy. If you haven't watched it, you really should. Have you watched Barbarian?
Not yet.
You really have to.
I know.
It to me, so much better than Weapons, and that is the kind of horror I like. This kind of horror, I find a little bit drag. It's a bit dragging. It's a little bit slower. I don't really care. So that's where it comes. It's just the plot. I just don't really care.
Glowing review of Weapons, though.
But 3 stars. The cast is good. Director's good. I'm excited about his Resident Evil adaptation. By the way,
that's gonna be a lot of.
That's gonna be great. So I'm still I'm still on the Kreger train.
You're preggers for Kreggers.
I'm preggers for Kreggers. 3 stars is not an awful rating. Just not what I look for in a horror film.
It's not your cup of tea.
Yeah. Next film, another one that maybe another rating that might be a little bit controversial.
By the way,
Uh,
can I just say before you say this next film,
yeah.
don't worry, I have the most controversial placement of a film this year. So you don't
Okay,
anything that comes
okay.
up,
I
you're in the
don't know
clear.
because no, I don't know. You don't know what's coming up in my next
No,
batch.
no, no, no,
Listen.
no. Trust me.
Oh
I've got a
God.
worse one.
Okay. All right. I'll trust you. So I'm not okay. But listen, I'm sorry. My next film at number 42 is It Was Just an Accident, directed by Jafar Panahi.
Free Jafar. Was it Jafar Jafar?
Jafar.
Free Jafar Panahi.
And listen, this film, some people, like a lot of people have in their top 10, right? Top 5. Like, I know this is a love film. I was really excited. Maybe my expectations were a bit too high. I just, I don't know. Like, I think the trailer, the plot, sold me something that was just a bit more interesting and had a bit more oomph to it than the film did. I really liked the last half an hour.
It's got one of the best endings
The
of
ending is one of the
one of
best of the
endings of the year.
year,
Unbelievable.
100%. I agree, but it's just the first, you know, hour 10 minutes that I wasn't really invested in, and it's not again. Sometimes you just can't quantify, you can't explain it. Maybe if I watched it at the cinema, this would have been a bit different, but yeah, that's just how it goes sometimes. So yeah, number 42, and I hope everyone forgets what I put at number 42 by the time we get to my number 41. But anyway, it's your turn now.
I've got at 65 my last 2.5 star film. It is Catherine Bigelow's House of Dynamite. I'm a big fan of Catherine Bigelow. Really love Zero Dark 30. Really like Hurt Locker. Really like Point Break. This is a really frustrating one, because it's got like a weird narrative position where it kind of retells the same 30 minutes 3 times, and it just keeps letting the air out of the balloon, just constantly. Structurally, it just doesn't work. You can't build a tense thriller like this because you know what's coming, and there's not really anything interesting revealed um, through the structure of the narrative. I think and the ending's really bad as well. If this has a better ending and a structural rethink, you are onto a winner. I think this is like seriously pretty good as kind of a procedural nuclear war. What if? Unfortunately, it's just let down narratively, which is a real shame because it's got some really good actors in it and there are some interesting elements. Like the first half of the film, you're kind of going, "Oh, quite like this," and then it just gets tiresome really quickly. Next up is at 64 is Christopher Landon's Drop. As Veronica said, it's not great. It's good. It's fun. Megan Faye's pretty good. I felt like they could have leaned a bit further into the mystery of it. I just feel like they could have fleshed out the characters in the restaurant a bit more and made you a bit more paranoid of who it could be. Um, it's very clearly influenced by Wes Craven films like Red Eye, and I've got a lot of respect for that because I do like those films. But yeah, I just didn't love it. But had a good enough time. Next up, one of my bigger disappointments of the year, was Saturday Night by Jason Reitman. A really, really, really good cast of upcoming actors: Gabriella Bell, Rachel Sennett, Corey Michael Smith, Dylan O'Brien. Dylan O'Brien's a bit more of an uncle these days, but Brian, obviously Cooper Hoffman. There is a lot to like with the cast. Unfortunately, it just doesn't really come together. In at 62 is The Girl with the Needle, by Magnus von Horn. This was nominated for Best International Picture, I believe, at the Oscars last year, which is the reason I watched it. It's visually brilliant, very heavy, tonally. Like, it's got a really shocking twist that absolutely works, but it's just such a heavy film. I just couldn't enjoy it. And that's maybe sound like a bit of a pussy, but it didn't fully come together in terms of the pure enjoyment. Next up is one I saw at BFI Flair. I think it's the first one I saw at BFI Flair. Is The Wedding Banquet, starring Bowen Yang, Lily Gladstone, Kelly Marie Tran, and Han G Chan. They're all good. Well, Bo and Yang not so much. I don't think he really lands the emotion. It's a kind of rom-com, I'd say. It's warm, it's fuzzy, doesn't fully deliver everything, which is a shame. But again, didn't hate it. I think it's alright. It's alright. Um, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Fuck's sake. 2 more left. 59 is Fran the Man. This is a football mockumentary. Which, something that is not frequently seen. It's very clearly maybe quite a low budget. It's quite funny. It wasn't like I wasn't belly laughing, but it's fine. It's good. I think it maximizes its budget really well. There is some real plot holes in the third act, but it's inoffensive. It's yeah, it's all right. And next up is a film that is called A Nice Indian Boy, starring Karan Soni, who's in some Marvel things, and Jonathan Groff. I love Jonathan Groff. Got a lot of time for him. I think he's a really sweet actor. This got some really nice lines. It's funny. It's warm and it's wholesome, and ultimately, it's fine. Now we have come to about the halfway point in this ranking, so we thought we'd break it up a little bit rather than just talking about the new stuff. So a little bit of appreciation for the golden oldies. I'm not going to review anything because we've reviewed them all already. I'm going to go through every month in 2025 and say what my favourite older film I gave 5 stars was. Starting in January, and it was not counting rewatches, first time watches, would be Lost Highway, one of my favourite films of the year, 5 star. February would be, it has to be Wild at Heart, another David Lynch film. March, not applicable. April, Velvet Goldmine, something we saw at Picture House Creates, a film that has stuck with me. I've not rewatched it yet because I thought the viewing of it the first time around was so perfect. I don't think I'll be able to match that, so I'll have to wait until it's back in theatre. May, I guess Pride. I mean, it came out 12 years ago. Pride, that's the film that made me cry a lot. That's a really good film. June, it'll be Twin Peaks Fire Walk with Me. July, it would be 12 Angry Men, one of the best scripts of all time. August would be The Fountain by Darren Aronofsky, came out 20 years ago and is his best film. It's weird, it's wonderful, it's brilliant. September, nothing. October, Mike Bassett, England Manager. A rewatch, but this is the first time I gave it 5 stars, so we'll count it. November will be Evil Dead 2 and Army of Darkness. And December would be It's a Wonderful Life, because again, I've seen it before, but I hadn't had it at 5 stars originally. And then Veronica is going to give us her top 10 5-star older watches in 2025. That's a mouthful, but
I'll explain it. So I always do a list of films that I watch for the first time in the certain year that are not released that year, so they're older.
Okay.
Anyway, so at number 1 is Almost Famous. I had it in my top 4 for most of the year. Actually, I think it's a brilliant film. I just absolutely fell in love with Kate Hudson in that film. Like, God, that scene where she's just dancing in the empty hall is just.
And when
I don't know, it's beautiful.
When it's revealed to her about the guys, and she's like,
"Oh God,
what deal was it?" Oscar nominee Kate Hudson, I'll have you know,
for Almost Famous retroactively. Anyway, number 2, La Haine. I went to watch at the cinema, and it's incredible. It really is one of the best films of all time. It was also in my top 4 for a pretty good chunk of the year. So these films I really watched some great films this year that were older. Number 3, Cachet, Michael Haneke. Again, I did a little arc this year of watching his films. Absolutely love him. Clicked with him instantly. Watched Cachet at the cinema. A masterpiece. Like, one of the best films ever made. It's currently in my top 4. And then at number 4, Everybody Wants Some, Richard Linklater. One of your favourites.
Everybody stand
up.
My favourite ever film. No one's seen it. I don't know why it's not as loved as it is. It's so good.
It's just like one of the
vibes, man.
the feel-good movie of a lifetime. Write that down on a poster.
You go for pull quotes again. You can't do pull quotes for a film that came
Shut
out
up.
10 years ago.
All right, number 5, Magnolia, PTA arc. It's my
Wizard.
favorite of his. I'd say that's my favorite film. PTA's.
You seen
Unless
Project or
no, I will watch it this year. And I'm saying Magnolia is my favorite PTA film, unless number 6, which is Boogie Nights, I rewatch because I think that has potential to be my favorite PTA. Actually,
he's just the guy, isn't he?
I loved Boogie Nights, and I also think again if I saw these at the cinema, oh god, I think I'd combust. Like
I don't think I'd survive.
it's just incredible filmmaking. Like, will you never see anything like this again? This guy is top.
It's just
top.
like
right?
the confidence of how short.
God, the fact that he made
director.
that when he was so young, it just breaks my brain.
What are you doing at your age? What are you doing, huh?
I'm doing fuck all. I'm a loser, actually.
Whoa.
Yeah, I'm a loser. I've said it.
We can't have a mental health segment in our 2025 round.
Anyway, carrying on. Speaking of mental health, number 7, don't watch it when your mental health is at its lowest. Mysterious Skin by Greg Araki. Again, another director who I went through a little phase watching his films.
You went Greg Araki ponditing.
I was very Greg Araki pilled for a bit. And this Joseph Gordon-Levitt is incredible. It's I think it really stands out in his filmography of what I've seen of it. Araki's, that is. But it's just so vulnerable and so depressing, but it's brilliant, and I think it's 5 stars, obviously. Next, number 8 is Some Like It Hot. Shout out, Andy. Shout out to Andy.
Shout out Andy.
Because yeah, it's great. Like, it's so ahead of its time. It's timeless. It's aged brilliantly. It's, I don't know, like it's pretty much a perfect film. I don't see how you can make this any better. Ever.
Maybe the best final line ever.
It's up there. It's up there.
It's in the conversation.
Yeah, it's definitely one of the best, one of the funniest for sure. The humor really hits with that line because it's very true. I think. Right?
That one friend who's too woke. Yeah.
I think. I'm trying to just remember exactly what it says. Alright, whatever. Number 9, Under the Skin, by Jonathan Glazer. Someone I like. Glazer, I hardly know her.
Jonathan Glazer. Oh, that's
yeah.
vulgar. That's smart.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Anyway, Scarlett Johansson's best performance. Yes. I have the screenplay of this, actually, of Under the Skin. Because I love it. Shout out ScarJo. She works very hard. She does a lot of work.
A dog, day and night.
And I think I recommend you watch it. I think it might be up your alley.
What
What?
Yeah, I need to watch Sexy Beast as well as.
I started it, but I didn't finish it. Which is, I don't do that often.
Really good.
I mean, yeah, obviously, I'm never rewatching that, right? That is just absolutely harrowing.
No,
but Under the Skin, I think I will probably rewatch it and maybe love it more. Number 10. It was difficult for me to rank the number 10 because I watched so many great films that aren't going to be mentioned. But I did go with The Graduate. I went with The Graduate because it made me feel a certain way. You know, the ending made me feel a certain way that I haven't felt in. Yeah, it's such a specific feeling that I don't have ever had, or I haven't had in a long time watching a film. And
also looks incredible.
And yeah, it looks incredible. There's some great performances.
Dusty Hoff, he's in there.
The only thing I can say that is a bit annoying is that one song playing multiple times. But listen, Fair? I feel like I'd be being really. I can't remember. It's not Miss Robinson. It's not even Miss Robinson. It's the other one. That's
Scarborough Fair.
Scarborough Fair. It's just annoying. But I'm not gonna listen. I'm not gonna take anything else away just because that played once or twice a bit too much, right? Like, it's a brilliant film. It's a classic. So those are my 10. I mean, absolutely incredible films. Like, I had a very good year with watching some older films last year. Hopefully this year will be the same. Are we going
Fingers
to carry
crossed.
on with our list now?
You are. Hit us
I
with the
am.
next 5.
So now that we've had a break that long, hopefully you don't remember what I ranked below this, because the next film at number 41 is Now You See Me, Now You Don't.
Surprisingly high. Like,
It is very high.
I'm surprised that you liked it as much as. Oh, you
I
didn't
gave it
love
3
but,
stars. I
I'm
liked
surprised
it.
you liked it that much. Is it
I
just because
don't
of the
listen.
Rosamund Pike
Sometimes you just have a guilty pleasure. My guilty pleasure are just these films. Okay, I just think they're really fun, and I don't really care. I don't really care if this makes sense. I don't
Stick
care
it
if
to
there
the
are
man,
plot holes. You know what? Fuck you. I enjoyed it. I had a good time. I like the cast. I love Rosamund Pike.
Yeah, what are you gonna do about it, huh? What are you gonna do about it?
What are you gonna do about it? And yes, I am biased because her character's name is called Veronica. Of course,
That does help. That does help.
That adds a little bit on, okay? Because I'm a narcissist. No, it's just fun, and I feel like it's the quintessential 3-star film. Like, it's fun. It's like something that comes up on Sky Movies, and you're like, yeah, I'll watch this.
Yeah,
but that's a good thing. Like, that's we need
TikTok
these films.
over 15 5-minute clips.
No, come on.
Did you ever do that with a movie? It's great.
No. Although, like, sometimes I watch like a SpongeBob episode, like an old SpongeBob episode on my TikTok. It will just come up, and I'll watch the whole thing.
I love when Tom and Jerry's on there. It's good stuff.
No, it's pretty good. But anyway, yeah, I don't care. It's like I just think it's a 3-star film. That's all it is, and that's all I ever want it to be.
That's all that's important. That's what is important.
A Rosamund Pike. Yeah.
That's it. That's fun.
That's it. Next, at number 40, is a film. I don't know if you've watched it. It went through a few festivals, but it hasn't been released. I don't think. A film called Splitsville. Kind of a romantic comedy.
Is that the one where they've got like the Sims things on their heads?
No, that's Timeless. No, Twinless. Sorry.
Twinless.
No. Splitsville is a kind of romantic comedy.
Is that White Russell?
No, okay. Listen, I'm gonna say 2 things: Dakota Johnson and Adria Arjona. Okay.
Okay. Where can I find this film?
Exactly. So, obviously, I had to watch this film. For reasons that we will never be able to figure out. Who knows why I clicked play? I don't know. Just something about it. But you know, I expected it to be bad, but actually, it's not bad. Actually, it's good. I don't know who this. Oh, wait a minute. The director's one of the guys in the film. Well, I've just realised that. That's pretty
stuff.
Cool. Okay, I like that. I like when that happens. Okay. Yeah, I rate that, and I think he. Okay, so he directed himself and made his wife. Dakota Johnson.
Is he a cuckold? Oh no.
No, he made his wife in the film Dakota Johnson, I think, if I remember the film correctly. So, #top 10 respect moments. And this is another film where, again, I'm leaning towards Dakota Johnson being a good actress because I think she's pretty good. And Adria Arjona, like, we both know how good she is in romantic comedies because of Hitman. And she's still good here again. I also think she was good in Blink Twice. Right. So, you know, yeah. I like it. Again, like, it's kind of like the last one. It's a 3-star film, but it's fun, and I'd even call it good. Unlike Now You See Me, Now You Don't, which I wouldn't call good. But this, I would actually say, yeah, I recommend go watch it. I actually recommend you should go watch it. I think you'd like it. It's a good film.
Good.
Actually, a lot of my friends rated it higher than I did. So, like, this is even me being biased or anything. Yeah, no, it's good. Yeah, screwball comedy. Go for it. Next up is The Bad Guys 2, which I watched like during Christmas time. I watched both the Bad Guys films. You know, they're fun. And
Like K-pop Demon Hunters.
exactly. And actually, the plot is interesting enough to keep me engaged. I like a heist. There are heists. There are some plot twists.
There's hijinks.
There are hijinks.
There's tomfoolery.
Sam Rockwell, I love Sam Rockwell as
Have
the
you seen
wolf.
the trailer for his new film?
No, I don't
Really
really
cool.
watch trailers
Fucking
unless I'm
sick
at
film.
cinema.
Oh yeah, you're not a big trailer guy.
No.
Yeah, he makes it. I like his career choices. He makes good choices.
Yeah. No, it's yeah. I mean, I need to watch Zootopia 2 to compare.
Brother, do you? Brother, do you?
But no, the bad guys is I don't mind them. You know, like I'll watch them. If there's a third one, like I'll watch it. It's fun and it's cool. I like the animation style as well, actually. So yeah, whatever. Next film is When I Saw at Venice. I think it's maybe had a release in some countries, but not too many. I know it's been released in Belgium because my friend in Belgium has watched it somehow. So anyway, it's a Danish film called The Last Viking. Mads Mikkelsen is in it, and he's good. And it's a film where, you know how before I was saying about how disappointed I was in certain plots not living up to expectations and being a bit slower and dragging a bit and not being as crazy and committed. This is absolutely crazy and committed. This is a crowd pleaser. This is very strange, but it works. To be honest, it could have gone further. It could have gone harder, but it didn't, which is why it's only 3 stars. Mads Mikkelsen's great. I think some of the jokes are repeated too much, but everyone loved it. Everyone around me loved it. I watched it at, the biggest screen there is. So, yeah, crowd pleaser, fun, Mads Mikkelsen good. I guess go watch it if you can. I don't know if you can, though. So, I'm sorry. Maybe one day. Next, my last of the batch, number 37, another 3-star. A film that I've liked more thinking back on it. Maybe you'll need a rewatch, but I really don't want to get through that first half again. It's highest to lowest. Spike Lee.
The first half is so terrible.
The first half is so terrible that I just think, is this on purpose? I'm being an after the hunt delusional level here of maybe this is smarter than it is. Like, it's just so awful. I don't
make a second half that good.
I know.
The first half, it's genuinely like it's mind-boggling.
The first half is like a commercial or like a Netflix film. It's like a Netflix film.
Indescribably bad. It's just like
it's so. But this just tells you, right? Listen, this tells you how good the second half is that we both haven't mentioned it until now.
Yeah, I've got it even higher
because the second half really is that good.
Denzel helps.
Yes, and A$AP Rocky, yeah, who like he had a good year in terms of. I mean, even in terms of music, I liked his new album as well. So shout out A$AP Rocky.
Shout out A$AP.
And I'll mention him later in his second film that he was in this year, but no, he had a good year, and I mean, Denzel is always gonna, elevate your film to another level. Like, he's incredible. He's one of the best to ever do it.
It's like when
he can make anything work. Yes, he can make anything work. I like the experimental parts, like the music video bit. Super fun. The lighting of that, so the music, and I really like the song, to be honest. Not the song that the woman sang at the end.
Trunks. What is it?
The pick up the trunk from the front to the back.
Trunk, yeah. That's a great track.
Good. It is really good.
And that scene's really fun. That Denzel's just like vibing to it.
It's so funny, but like it works. The bit where the bit where they're like running around New York and like he's trying to catch him and stuff. It's so good, so good.
It should fucking is it the Kamala Harris post from the kid's bedroom?
Oh my god, yeah. Like, some of the stuff, some of it is a bit corny. Okay,
Spike's politics are really funny.
It's just a bit corny. It's a bit corny, but like his heart's in the right place, Yeah,
100%.
But no, like, yeah, the first half is awful. The second half is really good. It does some fun things. Denzel and A$AP, I think, are great. I mean, Denzel carries, but like A$AP is good.
He holds his own, yeah.
He holds his own, which is insanely difficult to do against Denzel, right? So, shout out to him. Uh, Again, like I think back on it fondly because of that second half, and obviously endings leave a bigger impact. Which actually the ending wasn't great, but the second half was, and I can't give it lower than 3 stars. There's just no way. I can't do it at that disservice. So yeah, that's my up to number 36. You can go next.
Talking of 3 stars, is the newsroom thriller, September 5th, whatever you want to call it, um, which is about the 1972 Munich Olympics, um, where the Israeli athletes were taken hostage, and essentially the sports team had to cover it on the news because they're the only ones there. It is stars Peter Sarsgaard, sorry, and that's about it. Ben Chaplin's in there, but a lot of people I'm not too familiar with. I think like production design's pretty good. It's pretty strongly paced, edited. It's fairly competent. Script lets it down. Not in terms of what is on the page, but what isn't. It's incredibly apolitical about a topic that is inherently incredibly political. And you could flip it back, and sure people would say, "Oh, well, it's not the job of the reporters to take a political stance or whatever." But it's like, it feels a bit of a cop out. And it kind of just paints the terrorists who take them captive as kind of these faceless generic Arab terrorists, which is always I'm never a fan of, and that will come up later on in the film, later on in the podcast a little bit. It's one of those also it just kind of just ends. It's like, oh, I thought we had like another 20 minutes left, and it just kind of ends, which is a shame. Next up at 57 is Friendship. I didn't hate it as much as you. I found Paul to be fairly charming. I actually quite liked it for about half the film, and then it got annoying, unfortunately. I quite like the clips. The clips are quite funny. When it's in like small bits of isolation, I can take it, but for a full film, a bit much. Next up is the Jesse Armstrong's follow-up to Succession, written and directed, starring Steve Carell, Jason Schwartzman, Corey Michael Smith, and Rami Youssef. Is Mountainhead, which is all about billionaires and AI. And people don't like this film. They really don't. I mean, I'm not huge on it. I give it 3 stars. And I get why people are frustrated. But I mean, it's fairly funny. The social commentary is good. The performances are pretty decent. Corey Michael Smith and Rami Youssef are the standouts. Carell and Schwartzman are just kind of doing their usual shtick. It just doesn't really feel like Jesse Armstrong's pushing himself much. There are quite a lot of shots that just feel like something taken that is storyboarded from Succession and just kind of put into this. But I liked it. I thought it was fun. It was it's fine. Next up is Benny Safdie's The Smashing Machine, The Smashing Mid Machine. Dwayne Johnson's good. It looks good. Costumes pretty good. Quite like that nomination actually. Technically it's good. The score's good. It's just it doesn't know what it is. It doesn't know what it wants to talk about. So it just kind of pitches it right down the middle. It doesn't really make swings plot wise, which is a real shame. I did quite like Ryan Bader though, who's an MMA fighter. Who's one of the non-actors who's acting. And the Safdies are really good at that. But yeah, just quite disappointing. I feel it could have been a lot better than it was, which is a shame. Next up is one of my biggest disappointments of the year. It is Francis Lawrence's The Long Walk, which people really like, but I found to be incredibly repetitive and it just kept going. I know, like the film's like them walking in a straight line. It just felt like it was plodding along. The acting's pretty good, Cooper Hoffman and David Johnson, but yeah, just disappointed by that. Next up is a fun slasher. Sorry, is Heart Eyes. This is the one I alluded to earlier. This and Drop are like your fun slashers of the year. I really liked Olivia Holt and Mason Gooding. It doesn't reinvent the genre or whatever, but it's fun. It's very self-aware. I was chatting to a mate the other day, and he was like, I don't know if it knew it was kind of being ironic. It was like, yeah, like it fully knew what it was, and that is the film's benefit. And next up is a really disappointing one. It's one of my favorite directors in Darren Aronofsky. It is Caught Stealing, which I had really high expectations for, but it just lacks that something that je ne sais quoi. Um, I, I s- I don't have a reason to watch this as opposed to something like After Hours or Anora, and they're very different films, obviously, but they're kind of in this roughly like a similar-ish ballpark, especially After Hours. Yeah, it's just a shame. It just let me down. Yeah, I'll pass over to you.
Okay, next up, number 36 is The End by Joshua Oppenheimer. Not related to that other Oppenheimer, I think.
We don't know that. We don't know that. How can we know?
Anyway, very long film at 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
Pretty long. Did it have to be this long? Maybe not. But I mean, 3 stars. Like, it's interesting enough. I think I've already said George McKay is great. Like, I love him as an actor. I think he's brilliant. This was with a Q&A with him and Joshua Oppenheimer. I can't remember, but no, he is the standout here. I think it's good, but it's not great. It has a lot of ideas it's trying to fit into one, and some of them are very high concept and big picture, and I think that is difficult to make that work sometimes. But Joshua Oppenheimer does his best, and I see the vision. Maybe the execution just wasn't as good as it could have been, but George McKay, brilliant as always. And as I said, like, I think this concept, I personally think this concept was executed better by Yorgos Lanthimos in Dogtooth, with having this kind of world for a child to grow up in that is very much closed off from the outside and from society, and using this kind of microcosm. I don't know if that's the right word, but I'm going to use it. As a kind of experiment in what would maybe, hypothetically happen to a child who grows up in a place like that. And then what happens when things from the outside get involved, and how do they react and things like that, which is why this is like such an incredibly difficult performance for George McKay, and why he does so brilliantly with what he's given. It's just a bit long, and I think it's been executed better before. Anyway, 3 stars. Although I do kind of recommend it, it's very long, so I don't know if anyone's actually gonna jump in. I know Seth really liked it. He gave it 4.5, so maybe I'm just wrong. But I liked it. Moving on. 3.5 stars. I'm not gonna lie, maybe I overrated it a bit. I might drop it down to 3. Bridget Jones' Mad About the Boy, because the previous ones were better.
Good things. I've heard really
it's
good
good.
things about that
like, film. I mean, yeah, it's a Catherine 5 stars. Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, obviously. I think that describes it quite well, to be honest. But
shout out Catherine, man. Shout out Catherine.
Shout out Catherine. I gave it 3 stars because, I mean, I gave it 3.5, and I just lowered it because, like, I don't know. It's good, but I actually think the older ones are better, and I don't care much for Leo Woodall. Was
he a bit wooden? Leo Wooden?
I just don't really know if he's good or not. Like, I really didn't like him in The White Lotus, but I don't know if that was a character thing. I just didn't like his character or the way he was written. I think that, the previous iterations where it's more heavy on Hugh Grant and Colin Firth are way better, because obviously Hugh Grant and Colin Firth are going to be, another level. But Renee Zellweger is charming, and I like this. I like the plot lines, the script. I think it's very easy for a film like this, where it's like I don't know, do they call it a legacy sequel, where it's like you make a sequel a really long time after?
Yeah, I'd call it
like it's sequel. They very rarely work. They very rarely are good. They're usually a cash grab, right?
Top Gun Maverick is the ultimate example of a good legacy
yeah
sequel. It's really hard to make it work.
It's really hard. And let's say another one that came out this year, Freakier Friday. I don't want to watch that. It looks like shit, okay? That's another
Beetlejuice,
legacy sequel
Beetlejuice.
that is just
Really
oh yeah,
bad
oh
legacy
god,
sequel. That's a
Beetlejuice is rubbish.
really bad film.
Yeah, so like props to them for actually making something that makes sense, that isn't bad. And Renee Zellweger is charming, so I think 3 stars is fair. I think it's fair, and I'm sure it's a little bit emotional. It makes some people cry who are named Catherine, but what doesn't? So let's carry on. Next is another documentary. I know that probably I shouldn't put documentaries in, but I've only watched 2.
Controversial.
I've only watched
So
2.
controversial.
I've only watched 2. Okay. I mean, like if I watched more, I didn't put them in because I didn't like them. Anyway, it's the Kenny Dalglish documentary by Asif Kapadia, who is very good at making sports documentaries. And this is another really good sports documentary. And I mean, I love Kenny. I think he's brilliant, and this just makes me like him even more. And obviously, I'm a Liverpool fan, so I'm gonna love it. So yeah, nothing else to say about that. But it's good. I recommend it for any football fans out there. I'm sure there are some.
Check out Kenny.
Next is 3.5 stars. Now we're moving on to 3.5 stars. I think your dad directed this film, Mr. Drew Hancock, right?
Yeah,
Big
D Hancock.
Big Drew.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. This is like his first film. This is like his second. This is like his second film. Oh, he directed Companion, the horror film.
Right,
yeah.
I'm gonna find his agent.
Okay.
I'll leave him the name.
Just tell him. Oh, by the way, I'm your son. You just don't know about it yet.
Yeah. Love me, Dad. Love me.
Please give me a.
He looks a bit like.
Please come on my podcast.
What I could end up as one day.
Yeah, he actually kind of does look like you.
God, that's a lovely glimpse into my future.
Anyway, okay, Companion. I gave it 3.5. I think it's a really good slasher, and we love slashers on this podcast now. Because I've converted you into a
we're a pro silly
film.
horror film podcast.
Yes, and we think it's fun. We love a bit of fun violence on the podcast.
Absolutely.
So Companion, Jack Quaid plays the same thing he always does again, which fair enough. You have your.
When it works, it works.
It works. Lucas Gage is very good. Have you seen this film?
Yes.
Sure you have. Yeah. Okay.
I like it.
I think you've talked about it. Yeah. Lucas Gage, very good. He's a slightly another really good supporting actor. That's
one of my favorite guys.
Been there. But I do
Great
think
guy.
I do think Sophie Thatcher's standout of this film. I think
Was she in that,
really
that
good.
Hugh Grant film from last?
Yeah,
Heretic.
Heretic.
Yeah.
I think
she's good in that.
She really does stand out in these films as someone who you could see maybe she has a lot of potential to maybe be in a better film than a 3.5 star slasher,
or be one of the staples of the genre,
or be a screen queen. Yeah, like you said,
for fine,
which is completely fine, and we loved those women. Why did I say that? I don't know. Whatever. Good film. 3.5. Good film. Next film. I went with 3.5 again, which is a little bit underrated compared to what other people have rated it. I've already spoken about it quite recently. Sorry, Baby. Directed by Ava Victor, who is also the lead. And yes, and I think we talked about it quite recently, so I don't really want to say much, but it just, I don't know, I didn't connect with it as much as I thought I would, although I do admit it is good. And I'm excited to see what comes next, because this is her debut, right? Directorial debut. So, is it?
Yes.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Okay. Yes, that's all I have to say. Right, you're next.
Where am I? 51. 3 stars. 3 star. It is Edgar Wright and Glenn Powell's The Running Man. I'm a big fan of the original because of how camp and silly it is. This, however, was not, there is some signs of life. I think I've been a bit kind giving it 3 stars, if I'm honest. It starts off fairly well, and the performances are solid, but it's got one of the worst third acts of the entire year. It's just so dumb, and not in like a dumb fun way, just weak. It's fairly lifeless. Um, the performances definitely carry it. Um, Common Domingo is a lot of fun. Glenn Powell is. I don't think he's quite at like that mega blockbuster star territory yet. I think he will get there. I just don't think he's there quite yet. As leading the film, like, Twisters is different because he was, it's kind of co-lead, but this is his film, and he doesn't quite deliver, but it's fine. Next up is Springsteen, Deliver Me from Nowhere, the Bruce Springsteen biopic. First half, really liked it. Second half, not so much. I just found it not that engaging. Jeremy Allen White is really good. It's a shame this film didn't. He wouldn't have got into the Oscar. He wouldn't have got an Oscar nomination because of just how strong the category is this year. It's one of my favorite ever categories of any Oscars. I think it's such like pretty much. We'll cover it in more detail later, but like any of the guys could win, and I've not seen The Secret Agent yet, but you'd go, yeah, I get it. I get it. It's a good win for any of them. It's really competitive. Jeremy Allen White is kind of in that kind of 5 to 10 rung. He's kind of the next. If they did like an alternative Oscars, he'd be on there. I'm pretty sure. Next up is the last 3-star film, and the reason it's the highest of the 3 stars is because it had so much potential to be a genuinely great film, and that's Pablo Larraín's Maria, starring Angelina Jolie, who puts in one of the best performances of the year. It's got the best cinematography of the year. I feel in the last Oscars year anyway. We obviously won the FCA for best cinematography. Unfortunately, the script is very surface level. It's just it's really poorly paced as well, and it genuinely could have been a masterpiece if it was just a bit more interesting. Because it had all of the. I mean, production design's great as well. It had all the elements of what should be a really good film, and it's good, but it's not quite there, which is a real shame. I'm not sure if you've seen Maria or not, but
I have, because
you
we
have.
both nominated it for best cinematography and gave it a win. I was there in
We
Venice
both.
watching it with Angelina Jolie. Come on.
Did you like it?
I liked it, but I didn't love it. It was pretty mid,
Yeah, you gave it
average.
3 stars as well. Oh, 2.5
Yeah.
or 3 stars. Interesting. Anyway, where was I? Next up at 48 is Novocaine, 3.5. This 3.5 stars now. These are films that are really watchable. Really, there's a chance I'd rewatch it if it was on. It's dumb fun. The Jack Quaid shtick works for me in this case. It's kind of plot holey and ridiculous, but I don't mind it. I don't mind that kind of stupid fun. It gets a bit repetitive at points, but it knows what it is. It doesn't profess to be anything more. Next up is so it's a controversial placing, because of how popular it was during the last award season. It is I'm Still Here, which has an average letterbox rating of 4.3. Has
That's not
414
controversial, by the way, because I have like the same rating
414,000
as you.
5-star ratings.
I have it the same as you. I watched it at the cinema, and I agree. I don't see it.
Now, this film is really good in spells and not good in spells. Pacing is an issue. Fernando Torres is really good. Not Fernando Torres. I mean, he was good, but different person. I needed a bit more delivery in the second half. I need a bit more. I'm not sure what more looks like, but I needed more. But the cast is good. It looks good. Fernando Torres is really good. And it was actually the last film of my Oscars death race last year, which is interesting. So that's something. 47. This has been such a strong year for film. That films that are really good are quite low, or not even low, just kind of lower than you think. Next up is my father's film Companion. Again, it's a really good slasher. Sharp script, sharp editing. Sophie Thatcher and Lucas Gage are really good. It's a lot of fun. Recommend it. Not any further insight, which is really good. And then next up is this could probably go lower than actually Late Swap. I'll put this below Companion, but it's still a good film. 3.5 stars. It is the Fantastic Four: First Steps. Mixed thoughts. I think a lot of the film's pretty good. um, but not everything works, and pacing is a bit of an issue. But the cast are good. Vanessa Kirby and Joseph Quinn, especially, are really good. It looks pretty good, apart from all, some of the VFX and CGI is not great. The interstellar type sequence in the middle is really good. I think the emotion lands. Yeah, didn't mind it. Did not mind it. Over to you.
Okay. By the way, do you remember at the beginning when we said this wouldn't be 3 hours again?
Yeah, we lied. Sorry.
It's gonna be 3 hours again. Maybe more. Next film, number 31. Actually, look at this, the highest ranked film from BFI Flair. So actually,
Wow.
I did watch a very good film on BFI Flair, and I reviewed it. It's the film Pony Boy,
Oh, of course.
directed by Esteban Arango, based on a short film that was released a while ago. And yeah, it's really great. I know that it's done some festivals. Maybe it's had a release, so I know it was at Sundance, maybe. But I know I recommend it. I think I really like the lighting of it. I like the story. I like the script. I think it's funny. The cast is great. River Gallo is brilliant. I love Victoria Pedretti. I think she's been great in so many shows. In terms of films, I haven't seen many that she's been in, but again, like, she does deliver in this one. I mean, she was in like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood for 5 seconds, and she was in Shirley that I watched a while ago, but she hasn't really done much film. She's mostly been a limited series TV gal, so it's interesting. But she's still great. Murray Bartlett is good. India Moore. So like, yeah, it's good. You can go read my review on it on Medium, but yeah, and it's good representation because it's I have never really watched a film about someone who's intersex, so that's also quite interesting. And it's there's some mob drama, there's some romance. It's very much mostly set at night, which helps with the way it looks and the mood. And yeah, the ending is a little bit, that's when it kind of falls off, I think. I think sometimes people who have written one of their first scripts kind of are not sure how to end the film. And maybe that's kind of what happens here. But other than that, no, it's fun, it's interesting. And Dylan O'Brien as well, I forgot about him, who plays Vincenzo. It's quite a fun character. Well, not really, but I just like those New Jersey.
You like saying
I like Vincenzo. I like the name Vincenzo, and it reminds me of Jersey Shore. He reminds me of Jersey Shore. Okay. Hey, I'm walking in.
He was in an episode of New Girl I watched recently. I'm watching New Girl at the moment. He's quite funny in that.
Yeah,
we're pro Dylan O'Brien on this.
We are pro Dylan O'Brien. I need to watch Twinless still, but I might watch that today. Why not? Yeah. Next film. Number 30. We're in the top 30 now. Okay, it's getting serious. Well, not really, because it's still a 3.5-star film. This is Caught Stealing. You've already mentioned it. I again am a big Darren Aronofsky fan, except The Whale because it's shit. But Caught Stealing, it's a lot better than The Whale, and that's kind of all I wanted. I wanted to see if my goat has still got it. There's inklings of that in here. It's by no means great. I think it's good. I think it's something you can put on. Again, it's one of those where it's on Sky Movies. You probably watch it, and you probably not regret it. So yeah, and I like Austin Butler. I like Regina King. I like Zoe Kravitz. I don't really like Matt Smith, but whatever. Yeah, like, it could have been a lot better, but it's by no means bad. So yeah, it's kind of in the middle. It's good, but it's not great. Next, I think this is quite controversial. So next up at number 29, I have 28 Years Later.
29.
Oh, I should put it at 28. Shit.
Can we do that?
Fuck.
Do that.
Let's just pretend that it's at 28. Let's say I have two films at number 28. Wonder Witch is
This is
28 years
This is
later.
part 1, and then part 2 is
Yeah, exactly. So, wow, what a coincidence, guys. Number 28, I have 28 years later. Oh my god, this is crazy. I watched it at the cinema. So, listen, I gave it a chance. Yes, there might be an issue here where I haven't watched the first two. I admit
I
that.
actually don't think.
But
you've missed
actually,
out
Jack
massively.
says that is not an issue, so I don't give a fuck. It's okay. No, it's not okay. It's good. 3.5. Okay, it's good.
It's stunning.
Visually stunning.
And edited so. I think it's so cool as a film.
Yes, it's cool. Jodie Comer, I love. She's great. Aaron Taylor Johnson, I don't really give a fuck. I will say, I don't really care.
He's surprisingly good in Nosferatu.
Really
I'd say. I don't love him, but like
he's all right in Nosferatu. But like,
he's all right
I just
in
don't.
28 Days as well.
I just don't listen. I just don't care about him. Ray Fiennes, great. A lot of it, I was just like not interested though. And I get the ending. Like I get it, and I know. I feel like some people
takes a swing.
Some people think mistake shock factor or like being surprised by something as it being really good, and I also think some people will
Intellectualize or what
no like they'll let the ending of a film maybe influence their overall enjoyment of a film. Like they think the ending is super important, like way more important than the rest of the film. To me, most of the time, I like to look at the whole. Like, and I mean, I didn't really care about the ending either. So like that doesn't actually, you know what? That doesn't even matter in what I'm saying. I don't know why I'm saying that.
You're just philosophizing now.
I don't know why I'm saying that. But anyway, whatever. Like, yeah, I'll watch the new one at some point, but I don't really, I'm not running.
It's even more silly. It's so silly.
But like, I'd rather the whole thing was silly rather than it just being at the very end. Like, okay, we get it. Like, okay, whatever. I
think you might like the new one more then, because it is so. There's some sequences in the new one. I really like the new one, I should say. But
I mean, I like Nia DaCosta's Candyman, which I watched a while ago at the cinema. I liked it actually.
You should watch it.
So I do like Nia DaCosta, and I was gonna watch Hedda recently. I think she directed that as well. It's on Amazon Prime.
She did, yeah.
But no, yeah, 3.5, 28 years later. Don't really care. Don't really care. Next is surprisingly high, I'd say. I don't know if you've watched it. I'm surprised you have it high as well, even though I like it. Number 28, I have Thunderbolts. Have you watched the Thunderbolts?
I have. I've got it at 3.5.
You have? Yeah, I also have it at 3.5.
It's coming up very soon.
But I think I have it quite... I'd say this is quite high for a superhero film, and especially an MCU film, right? Because they are kind of, not at their peak right now.
Like Batman, for example.
No, yeah, it's not like something you'd expect to be super high up, but I actually think it's higher than people would expect, because you know what? Listen, I'm not as pretentious as I might seem, If it's good, it's good. I don't care that it's a Marvel film. Okay, whatever. I really enjoy... Listen, I watched that at BFI IMAX. I gave it the absolute best chance it's got to be good. And it was.
You like good
It
films?
was.
You like
Yeah, I enjoyed it. And you know what? I actually think it didn't like make me cry or anything, but it had a bit of an emotional punch, I think, at the end. And the villain, I really liked the whole idea, the whole concept. I liked the cast. I think in terms of Marvel, this is probably a group that I'd like to see more of.
Well, wait until Doomsday, and then they'll be in it again. So.
Yeah, but I feel like they're just gonna fuck that up. I want the Thunderbolts too. I don't want Avengers Doomsday.
Will you go to the cinema to watch a new Avengers film?
Yes, because I want to give it a chance. I feel like if I watch a Marvel film at home, I will hate it. I just
like
know.
being around nerds. Like
seeing
how giddy they get is quite amusing.
I don't, but I like seeing it on the big screen because I think that's kind of what they're made for. You know,
it's a popcorn flick.
Yeah, exactly. Like you kind of have to watch it at the cinema.
It's as a Sean Chandler review. He calls them. I think he calls them cinematic fast food.
And as Martin Scorsese calls them, what did he say? Theme park ride, roller coaster or something. Ride. Yeah.
Shout out his daughter's TikToks, by the way. They're number one for 2025.
Okay. No, Thunderbolts. I really enjoyed. Yeah, I liked it. I think a lot of people did. So yeah, I
Yeah.
like Lewis Pullman. I like Florence Pugh. I like Sebastian Stan, Julie Louis-Dreyfus, Wyatt Russell. Shout out. I like them. Okay.
A lot of guys in it. A lot of good guys in it.
Yeah. Next, I watched this at Venice where it won the Golden Lion. This one, Best Film at Venice. Father, Mother, Sister, Brother by Jim Jarmusch.
One of the most mental looking men.
Which I will say, this winning the Golden Lion is insane. This should not be winning Best Film at Venice. Like, you had films like Burgundy and Testament of Van Lee, and you picked this. Like, come on.
Cooked?
Who was it?
Is
Alexander Payne. No, it's the jury president, right? So,
Yeah.
actually, we have someone to blame for this. Alexander Payne. This is your fault, okay? You are so boring. You are such a boring man. And I didn't like holdovers, okay? Yeah, I'm going to say it.
Election?
No.
That's a really good film.
Whatever. Okay, let's ignore that one. But anyway, yes, this is a good film. I really like the screenplay. The cast is obviously good. Like Adam Driver, Kate Blanchett, Vicky Creeps, like India Moore again shows up in this one. Yeah. No, like it's good. Like I agree with Charlie XCX's review where she just says, I was charmed. And yeah, I was also charmed. And I like Kate Blanchett and Vicky Creeps being on screen together because they are both great. So, yeah. I guess go watch it, but it's not the best film at Venice. Definitely not one of the best of the year. 3.5. Okay. You can go next now before I carry on my 3.5 stars.
Next up is Baby Girl. Disappointing. It's a film that's really good some of the time, and really, it's not as provocative as it thinks it is.
You just don't get it.
It felt like there's a lot of interesting stuff that it just doesn't really delve into.
It's not for you.
It is for me. Nicole Kidman, brother, come on.
No, this film is not for you. You don't get it.
Brother.
You don't get it like I do.
I think all the performances are really good. I just really, really liked Antonio Banderas in this film. It's pretty much when you go into the film, everything you think is going to happen happens, and that's good. Nothing else happened. There was nothing else interesting that happens or entertaining that happens that I didn't expect to happen. There was no surprises really. It's thrilling. Sounds good. Some good needle drops, especially when they're in the club. I can't remember what the track's called, but that's pretty good.
That's what it was.
Yeah, that. And obviously, when Harry Dickinson's answering to father figure, it's good stuff. It is good stuff, and
I'm not going to
in the
sing
same
that.
room as Harris Dickinson, so we know him. We know him, and that's pretty good. Next up is Highest to Lowest. As mentioned, one of the worst first hours of a well-respected filmmaker's film. However, the rest is class. It's fun. It's big. The first hour is so bad. It's just like feels amateurly made. It's really badly edited. Like some of the cuts make no sense. And like the timing and the placement of it. This dialogue's pretty bad, but the second half's great. You could cut most of the first hour and then add a bit more onto the end and the middle, and you've got a great film. And Denzel's really good. And yeah, it looks great. So weird film. Next up is Mickey 17. 3.5 stars, I should say. Was really excited for this one, but just let down a bit, which is a shame. Next up is Thunderbolts, which Veronika just mentioned. Again, 3.5 stars. It takes a while to get going, but it kind of moves like a snowball. When it picks up steam, the final act really hits because you kind of build up to it. And I cry. I didn't cry, but I let out some tears at the ending. And the cast is good. Well, most of the cast
definition of crying, by the way.
No, but I wasn't like Hamnet, for example. I was like in control. I was sobbing. Whereas I just got like a bit teary-eyed at the end of Thunderbolts. Wyatt Russell, I liked him. Lewis Pullman, liked him. Florence Pugh, liked him. And David Harbour, I liked him. I didn't love Hannah John Carmen. I don't think they gave Sebastian Stan loads to do, which was a shame. But yeah, it's solid. Next up is Steve, which is by Tim Milance, adapted from a novel that I can't remember its name.
Not related to the Minecraft movie.
No, not related to the Minecraft movie. It stars Cillian Murphy, and it's like a slice of life film about a head teacher at a reform school who's got all these really rambunctious and troubled students, and he's just trying to just keep it together, hold it together, where it's just chaos going on. Script's really good, great pace. It's got Emily Watson in it, who I love, and Cillian Murphy, who I love, and yeah, it's really effective. Liked Steve a lot. Next up is Die My Love, a film that had understandably very mixed reviews. That I totally get why the reviews were so mixed. But I had a good time with it. I liked it. I thought it was a bit repetitive. I didn't love the ending, but I thought Jennifer Lawrence is unbelievable, and it's a shame this film hasn't really been pushed in the awards circuit because her performance is better than Kate Hudson's. Just simply put, but
There are
you know,
many performances better than Kate Hudson's.
the thing is, Kate Hudson's like she's solid in Song Sung Blue, which I have seen, but like seriously, really?
Someone paid a lot of money, allegedly.
I definitely did. I think they just like Jennifer. What's her name?
Jennifer Hudson.
Jennifer Hudson, Kate Hudson, and Rob.
It's
Patrick.
It's retroactive It's a retroactive
It is, yeah.
nomination for Almost Famous, which I agree with.
Look, you're allowed one of them. It's fine. Yeah, liked it a lot. And next up and last of the batch is Hillian. 3.5 stars, starring Alexander Skarsgård and Harry Melling. We saw this at BFI London Film Festival. A lot of Bromley seen in this film. It's funny, it's tender.
Wait a minute. Wait, can we pause for a second? Why? Yes. I haven't got Pillion in my list. What the hell's how have I missed out films? What's wrong with me?
Do you not just add them as you watch them?
I thought I did.
Wow.
But Pillion is not on my list,
how many are we missing?
Let me just... Okay, whatever. When you're finished, I'll just go through Pillion anyway.
Okay. Yeah, it's really sweet. It's tender. It's nice. It's good. It's good. What are your thoughts on Pillion whilst we're here?
I'm a bit thrown off because I'm like, how many films am I missing now?
Actually, that was the last of my batch, so you can just roll right into yours after you've discussed Pillion.
I mean, Pillion, I think I gave 3.5.
Yeah.
And I liked it. I gave it 3.5. I mean, yeah, Alexander Skarsgård is hot. I think it's a great directorial debut from Harry Lighton. I think, it just goes for it. It just goes for it. And I think we've said this before, you can't really do any better with this material than they have done. I think this is the best it gets for a dom-com, to be honest. Yeah, no, I liked it, and it would probably go in here anyway, actually. It'll probably go somewhere here anyway in my list, but I'm gonna just quickly add it now. Next up, we'll go with... Now, I've actually been changing this section as we've been going. These 3.5, 4-star films I've been having a tough time with. But next up, I have got at number 26, The Roses, which you already talked about. I have it at 3.5 stars. I think again, like, it's a comedy. If the humor doesn't work, it doesn't work. It worked for me because it's written by Tony McNamara, who has written Poor Things that I love and The Favourite. So, like, I was gonna like this, I think, because I like this kind of humor, and I love Olivia Colman. It's not great or anything, but I went to the cinema, and also it helps that everyone around you is laughing. I think that's something that people don't really consider, but yes, if you go to watch a comedy at the cinema and everyone around you is laughing, you'll probably see it as funnier than maybe it is if you watched it by yourself at home. So, yeah, I had a good time. Yeah, whatever. Next up again, I've been switching this around a lot. I have gone with Black Bag, released at the beginning of the year, directed by Steven Soderbergh. The cast is just great. Like Kate Blanchett, Michael Fassbender are like, I mean, they are what you'd expect them to be like, right? They are always great. They're consistently great. But I think standout is Marissa Abello. I really have high hopes for her. I think I'm gonna pretend Back to Black doesn't exist for her sake. But I will tell everyone to go watch Industry because that show is great and she is brilliant. And the new season is out now. 2 episodes have released. Season 4. Everyone go watch Industry, please. Black Bag is pretty good for what it is. It's a tight 90 minutes. So, yeah, I recommend it. The dinner table scene is pretty tense and good to watch at the cinema. Next up is my last 3.5 star film, an Oscar Best Picture nominee. Number 24 on my list is F1. I actually moved it up a bit because, you know what?
Shilling for the Academy.
You know what? I watched it in IMAX. I went to the cinema, full screening. Yes, people are wearing McLaren merch. Very cringe. But the film is fun.
It's also technically
fun.
Brilliant.
Technically, it's insane. Like, the sound, the cinematography.
The best editing of the year. The best
editing's
sound of the year,
brilliant. Okay, well, the best editing of the year. Okay, calm down. But, best sound of the year. Okay, calm down. But, I mean, yeah, like, it's good. Listen, I would definitely not have this in my top 10, right? Like, it's fucking 24th, but... And I'm not defending the fact that it's nominated for Best Picture. Like, absolutely should not be. Okay, no, it shouldn't be. No,
but
no,
I don't.
No.
Do you know what I think they should do? They should have an 11th slot, and it should go to it. They should nominate one dad movie a year. One for the dads.
Was there really no better dad movie this year? Really?
Not really. No, this is the best dad movie of the year.
What about One Battle After Another? I think that's a dad film. That's a dad film.
Yeah.
Mission Impossible: Final Reckoning.
Oh yeah, that'll be up there as well.
I think that's. I mean, obviously it's better. Like it's higher on my list.
They should have separate category. It's just 5 dad films, but best dad picture.
All right. Anyway, F1. Yeah, I liked it. And is that a crime now? Is that a crime to like a film?
No, it's not a crime.
No, it's not a crime. And you know what? Yeah, I liked it, and I like Damson Idris, and I also like Kerry Condon. And that gif of Javier Bardem, putting his hands on his head while he's walking through that thing is just so funny. And you know what? I didn't hate the soundtrack, except for the Ed Sheeran song.
Was that in the credits though? So you could have escaped that.
So yeah, actually, doesn't count. I kind of listen. As much as the neo drops are very like on the nose, I don't hate some of them.
It's a dad movie.
It's just a bit of fun. But no, I get it. Like, absolutely not Best Picture. But yeah. When's F1 2 coming? It probably will be.
It probably will be, yeah. It made a lot of money.
Yeah, okay, well, next up, I've got 2 left in this batch. Next up is a film I'm not going to say too much about because I feel like we've talked about it quite a lot, and I've talked about it quite a lot. 4 stars, it's Warfare, Alex Garland.
God, yeah, I can't do more Warfare Discourse.
No, we're not doing Warfare Discourse. 4 stars. Alex Garland's Q&A was, I think, quite important in my opinion on this film.
Alex Garland, obviously writer of 28 Years Later and 28 Years Later, The Bone Temple.
Yes. Anyway, yeah, moving on. I don't think we should even go into that.
After I've done
We're never doing this. After The Hunt and Warfare are banned from this podcast.
Yeah, 100%. I can't. And Megan Faye. And there she comes on.
No, she's not banned. You're just not gonna crash out of her name anymore. Okay, next up, 4 stars, Mickey 17. I liked it. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I liked it. And again, is that a crime? Is that a crime to like a film? No. Okay? 4 stars. I watched that at the BFI IMAX again because I wanted to give it the best possible chance. I loved the trailer, so yeah, my expectations were really high. I love Robert Pattinson. I love that there are 2 Robert Pattinsons. Can we make this happen? let's have two Robert Pattinsons. Nothing else really to say. Yeah, no, I think that's it. You can go next.
Let me just very quickly. Okay. Oof. Okay, the next batch. I want everyone to prepare themselves. Okay, because this batch might directly lead to my death. In at 37, this is 3.5 stars. Okay, this batch is my last batch of 3.5 star films. They're all 3.5 stars. Is Nickel Boys. Undoubtedly one of the best directorial visions of the 2020s. Some great performances. I think it's baffling that Ramel Ross hasn't had more things funded since. It's powerful, it's necessary, it's heartbreaking, but I don't know. Didn't love it. That's the first one ticked off. Next up, okay, this one's not that bad. 3.5 stars is The Life of Chuck. It's wholesome, it's heartwarming. Most of it's pretty good. Some of it's not that good. I really liked a lot of it. I really liked Tom Hiddleston. Yeah, it's just solid 7 out of 10 film. The second act is so nice, so lovely. Next up is Zootopia 2. Shout out Judy Hopps. No further comment. Next up is a film that I was very positively surprised by because I assumed it would be shit. It is Saipan, which is the story of Rory Keane leaving the Island Squad in 2002. Stars Ayanna Hardwick as Rory Keane and Steve Coogan as Mick McCarthy. It's funny. It's pretty fairly well written, outside of one or two historical inaccuracies, which is always going to happen. It takes some swings creatively, which I like. And Ayanna Hardwick is really good as Rory Keane. Oh God. Okay. Are you ready? I just want to double check, Veronica.
I know what you're gonna do. No, I'm not even looking at your list. Like, I know what you're gonna do, but I'm gonna save us after, so it's fine.
Okay. I'm gonna rewatch the next film purely because in at 33, the record-breaking somehow, which is like, come on, guys, it's not that good, is Sinners. Look, craft-wise, yeah, come on, brilliant. Performance-wise, yeah, come on, really good, if not brilliant. Writing, it's got 3 endings. It's got 3 endings, and a lot of the film isn't that thrilling, and it's not that scary. Normally, when you're making a vampire horror film, you do need a bit of that. The third act's good, but it just takes too long to get going. I didn't really care much about the characters. This, I feel like you're not even allowed. You're not allowed to talk about something unless you love it. It's okay to think a film's good. This is a good film. It is. It's really well crafted. Is it the best film ever made that deserves 16 Oscar nominations? No. And I think that's, in my opinion, that's just my opinion, obviously, but that's okay to say. Like, I don't think it's that good. And in fact, I said I watched Sinners on the 12th of July, so not like right at release, but it's not like I've just watched it recently and I'm like, oh, everyone's on the bandwagon. I really wanted to like it. I think people should go a bit over the top. Like, it's a good crowd pleaser that's technically well made, but didn't love it. And last of the batch, last of my 3.5 stars in 32, it is Weapons. I actually really like the structure. I do like a non-linear narrative, a chapter narrative that's kind of reveals stuff as you go backwards, almost a bit like Memento. I thought it was cool. I thought it looked good. I thought the soundtrack was good. I thought the editing was good. Amy Madigan's good. It's just a good film. I had a good time. And yeah, it's clearly inspired by things like Twin Peaks, Magnolia, Shining, Prisoners, and Inland Empire, and I respect that. And I'm Prega for Krega, and I need to watch Barbarian soon. So over to you.
Okay. Next film is one that, thinking back on it, I think I was harsh. I was at London Film Festival. I think I was harsh in this film, and I think that I might rewatch it because it's going to be in IMAX. It's at BFI IMAX right now, and I might rewatch it because I think I was harsh on it because my expectations were too high. Because when it was shown at Venice, everyone was saying this is the best film of the year. and that is No Other Choice. And I've
Oh,
put it,
I'm gonna watch that this year because
I've put it at number 22, which is I think that's still pretty high, but I'm sure some people will be upset about that. 4 stars. I think it sold me a dream. It sold me a dream from the trailer, to be fair, I actually
great
didn't
trailer.
really see a trailer, but the trailer is just brilliant. You think it's going to be
Marketing
so... Yeah, but then you watch it and I don't know, like I feel like it could have gone a bit further, it could have done a bit more. There are certain scenes that I loved, there are certain bits where I was getting a bit tired, a little bit slower, and I get that obviously there are going to be slower parts of a film, but I feel like this I thought was going to be a film that is just very high paced and very, like going for it, right? Energetic all the way through, and I don't think it was. And again, this might just be a me thing. On rewatch, it could go higher, but I love the concept. I love the general message. But yeah,
I will say
it's all right.
I think
it was really good.
I think pacing expectations are a really hard one because if you go into a film expecting it to be kind of slow and methodical, like I don't know, Train Dreams, for example, you know what you're getting into with that. You're not going to watch
Which
it.
is why I'm not going to watch it.
Yeah, but that's fine. If you know what you're getting yourself into, you can kind of go, oh, okay, yeah, that's fine. But when you think something's going to be really fast and it's not, it does have an impact.
It's fast, but it's just not. It wasn't as fast as I thought it would
propulsive.
be. Yeah, it's like My Supreme. Do you know what I mean? Like it's not on that level, I guess, or like an Honoro, which I think is pretty fast paced, or like One Battleship. Okay, whatever.
Or like F1.
Oh god, but I also think this film. I think maybe in another year, I would have had it higher. I think they should just had so many great films. The performances are all great. Park Chan-wook is a great director. I just think he's done better films.
You had no other choice other than put it there.
Yeah. Anyway, next film is one you've mentioned already, and number 20. So we're in the top 20 now. We're getting there. I've put Die My Love, which I think we are both not surprised that I liked it more than you did. I actually think...
Not by loads, though.
Not by loads, which I think you liked it more than I thought you would. I think I liked it and I expected myself to think of this as like a 4-star. Because I like Lynn Ramsey, and I love Jennifer Lawrence. I think Jennifer Lawrence is one of the best actresses of the however many past years. I really think she's up there. I mean, she's not like Emma Stone, but she's definitely up there, and I think she has good range, and this is one of her best performances. I'm a little bit sad she wasn't nominated. I'm not gonna lie. Like her and Amanda Seyfried, I think
it was
robbed,
never gonna happen, though, was it?
I know it was never gonna happen. I know. Listen, the FCA's. I'm not gonna spoil who's nominated, but Jennifer, you have a chance. Okay, you have a good chance. All right, because we like real art, and we have the right opinion. No, I think she's great, and I think she carries a lot of this film. I think without her, this is nowhere near as good as it is. Especially with the fact that it is maybe a slower film than you'd expect. Again, I think the trailer, sells you a different film than what it is. In my opinion, anyway, from just myself, I expected it to be a bit different. I think Robert Pattinson's a little bit disappointing. Like, he's good, but I just think everyone in this film gets overshadowed by Jennifer Lawrence, to be honest. I think it's kind of a vehicle for her to get an Oscar nomination, which she didn't. Not in like I don't think this film was made for that, but I think it works as that, for sure. Like, this is a real showcase for her as an actress, and I also think the directing is good. I do like the ending, and it, funnily enough, reminds me a little bit of Under the Skin, which is another film I love. I just think it could have been better, and it's not my favourite Lynn Ramsey film. But, I mean, it's still good. I still enjoyed it. 4 stars. Okay. Next is, at number 19, a film I've seen twice. The Naked Gun. Absolute banger. Absolute banger. I think this is such a rewatchable film. It is so funny. I think one of the funniest films of the year. I think in terms of pure comedy, funniest film of the year. I think best comedy of the year.
One of the
Um,
best scripts, and comedies never get appreciated for their scripts, which
yeah,
is
I
a real
mean,
shame.
this is just like it's just constant. It's just non-stop funny. It's non-stop funny. If something doesn't land, guess what? There's another one that lands a second later, so you forget about the one that didn't land. Do you know what I mean? Like, and that's kind of these films should be like that, right? That is the point. You're trying to get people to laugh, and it's like it should just be relentless with trying to do that because that is the point of this film, and I think it does that. I mean, so oh god, like the audience absolutely loved this film. I watched it by myself at home when it was out on VOD. I still loved it. It still hit. I still, there were bits that I didn't notice the first time. There were jokes that I didn't notice the first time that landed again. I already said the snowman sequence. I think is just great. Like it's so out there, and I liked it more than the original. I'm gonna say it. And I think Liam Neeson is perfect for this. I think Pamela Anderson is also brilliant. Everyone. Well, actually, I don't know if everyone. I can't really remember what anyone else did, but yeah, super fun, best comedy of the year. I really recommend if anyone hasn't seen it, please go watch it. It's genuinely really, 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 really good. Everyone who I've recommended it to loved it. And it's only 85 minutes. Okay, 2 more left. Next is another 4-star film. A film that, again, I think was very much improved by the Q&A that came afterwards, which was with the director Julia Ducournau, and it's Alpha. I know that when this came out at Cannes, it got panned by critics very harshly. I think that, I mean, she's said it herself multiple times that people just wanted to tan too. And to tan. And this absolutely is not that. It's not as good as Titan, right? But you know what? Titan is like one of my favorite films ever, and I think a lot of people would say the same. So, like, you can't expect that again. That's pretty much never gonna happen again. I think for what it is, it's great. I think if this was anyone else directing it, people wouldn't have been as harsh with it, or as it wouldn't have been as critically panned as it has been. I think Tahar Rahim is really good, although I was worried about him because God, like he must have lost, he just lost a ton of weight for this role. Like very much, what's it called when people method acting? Yeah, it was a bit of some worrying method acting, but I love Julia Ducournau as a director, and I still really like this film. I think I would maybe even like it more on rewatch. Maybe. But I don't think it's being widely released. I think it's quite hard to watch it, like to actually find it. And I don't like that because I think actually it should be watched more. I like even if people wouldn't like it, I still think it should be watched because it's interesting. And it looks great, which you'd expect from a film of hers. And people who say that it's not personal clearly haven't listened to what she's saying, because it is probably her most personal film. Anyway, next film, last in my batch, 4 stars, including Oscar-nominated performance by Ethan Hawke. It's Blue Moon by Rachel Linklater. Gave it 4 stars. We talked about it quite recently, actually. I'm surprised how low the ratings are from my friends on Letterboxd, except for you.
They just don't get it, man.
They just don't. You know what? They actually just don't get it. They don't get Richard Linklater like we do. They really don't. They don't get Ethan Hawke or Margaret Qualley either. I mean, Margaret Qualley is great. Some would say sensational. But I think Ethan Hawke does kind of steal the show, and like it makes sense. 100% deserved. Like this film is very
It's
much
the
like a
script.
play. It's a play. It's all about the
It
script.
is,
It's
yeah.
all about Ethan Hawke, to be honest.
It is an
And
acting showcase
it
and a
is,
writing
it
showcase.
is,
A bit like
and
12 Angry Men in that way.
both of those things, the script and the lead, who is constantly on screen, Ethan Hawke, those two things have to be absolutely like top for this to work, and they are. So it works, and I think some don't get it, and that's fine. But I think we both got it, and that is why we have it up quite high. I enjoyed it. I really liked the writing. Short King representation, shout out, and Margaret Qualley. If you ever have issues with Jack Antonoff, please call me.
Please, Margaret.
That's my badge.
Please. Okay, I feel like I've miscalculated here. So I'm going to do I'm currently next one up is going to be 31st. I'm going to run through until 17th because you're at 17. You just said 17.
Next is 16.
That's fine. I'll do up until 17, and then you can do 16 to 10, and I'll do 16 to 10. I'll be very quick, I promise. 31st, 4-star now, is The Seed of a Sacred Fig. It was nominated for Best International Feature at the Oscars last year. I can't remember if it won, but it should have done because it was really good. The next two films are actually both Iranian films, I believe, and liked both of them a lot. So it was nearly 3 hours long, but it holds its tension so well, so well, and it's really well performed and written, and it's just such an effective thriller. Next up is Jafar Pahani's It Was Just an Accident on 4 stars. Saw it at London Film Festival. I liked it more than Veronica did. It did remind me of Anora at points, the kind of tonally, that kind of screwball, kind of people in a car, like driving around looking for things. It was some good stuff. I found it quite funny and amusing. And the final 15 minutes, especially the ending, is some of my favourite filmmaking of the entire year. You know, when he's just at the tree and it's just 3 people, and you can't even see 2 of them most of the time until they come into frame, but they're just talking. That's brilliant. It's really well scripted, and the ending is so haunting and perfect. Yeah, I left the theatre in silence, which is what you want. Next up is Four Mothers, which I didn't get the opportunity to see at BFI Flair, but we interviewed Darren Thornton and lead actor James McArdle. Veronica's still yet to see it, despite the fact she owns the Blu-ray of it, especially provided by the BFI. I didn't get it because we were worried we were going to get one, and I'd already seen the film, so Veronica took it, but I still haven't seen it, so that's a little gripe I've got. It's one of the most heartwarming and wholesome films of the year, and James McArdle was lovely, and Fiona Flanagan is brilliant, despite the fact that she plays a character who's mute, but is still so funny and warm and emotional. Warm is the word with this film. It's seriously lovely. Next up is Eternity, which we talked about recently. A really good rom-com. Recommend it. Next up is Warfare, a film that is 4.5 stars for most of it until the end. The credits, weirdly, which normally doesn't matter, but has a really confusing credit sequence. Not confusing in that what just happened, but why is that in there? That really ruins the message of the film, which is otherwise really soundly and beautifully technically crafted. And next up is Flow, which I believe won for either Best Animated Film or Best International Feature. Maybe both, actually. Beautiful animation, lovely sound. Oh, just lovely. It's just so warm and lovely. Next up is The Phoenician Scheme. Not my favourite Wes Anderson film, but the performance is good, it's funny, and it looks good, and it takes... Wes pushed himself in the final act, which I liked. Next up is A Complete Unknown. Obviously, Tim Chalamet is nominated for an Oscar for this film. It should have been for Dune Part 2, but that's beside the point. I'm a big Bob Dylan guy, especially his stuff in the 60s and 70s, so I really love this. I wish the script dug a little bit deeper sometimes, but the performance is really good. Monica Barbaro, Tim Chalamet, Boyd Holbrook, Elle Fanning, obviously now Oscar nominee Elle Fanning, Ed Norton. There is a lot there to like, and I liked it a lot. Next is A Real Pain. I'll be honest, I watched like 300 films last year, so I can't really remember everything about everything. But this was good. It was well written and well acted, and sometimes that's all you need. Next up is Black Bag. Again, similarly, just really well written, just a real acting showcase. Very tense, very sexy, very sleek, very clean, which is good. And it's Frankenstein, a film I had on 4.5 stars when I first watched it, but I dropped it to 4 when I thought about it a bit more. Jacob Elordi, very cool Oscar nomination. Technically really good. Really liked a lot of it. It wasn't huge on a few small parts. Next up is F1. Best Picture nominee, F1. Again, like technically just brilliant. Kind of stupid, but ultimately just like a dad film. It's a guy's film. It's a dad's film. Yeah, people are gonna like that. One of the weirdest and silliest. It is silly. It's a silly Best Picture nomination. The Academy they had a really good year, and they got silly at the end, and I can somewhat allow them that. And it makes sense because a lot of the crafts guilds would have really loved it, and that does make a difference. So. Next up is another dad film, Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning. Exposition, first act of the movie, but ends very strong, and that's what you need sometimes. Next up is Nosferatu, a film that I watched a long time ago. Again, looks beautiful, well acted, like gothic chic. I'm a fan of. Yeah, just a good film. And last of this batch, it is J. Kelly by Noah Baumbach. 4 stars. One of the best endings of the year. Really well written. Clooney's really good. Adam Sandler, I never really got the Oscar buzz around him. I think it's a solid performance, but nothing brilliant. And yeah, it's a very strong film, a very competently made film. And yeah, lightning round is over.
Okay, so now we're at the same stage. 16.
Yes. So just go to the 10.
Okay, yeah. So, at number 16, 4 stars, I have a film that positively really surprised me. It's Eternity. Really wholesome, feel-good film. Like, really, if I was to... there are certain films that's like, you can recommend them to anyone. Yeah. And I think this is one of those films. Like,
definitely.
Anyone could watch this and give it a 4 stars or higher. Like, it's... I don't know, it makes you feel warm inside. I think the trio of Elizabeth Olsen, Miles Teller, Callum Turner are really... a few people were coming for the casting, but it works so well. I think all 3 of them are great, and they work off each other really well.
And also, you could, importantly, in a love triangle, you could see why she'd choose either of them.
Yes, 100%. And you can see
that's not spoiling it, by the way.
Yeah. Sometimes you watch certain films and you're like, this isn't real. I feel like here,
materialist.
It's quite yeah. But here it's like, the way they look at her, it's very good. Like they do have chemistry. Both of them have chemistry, and there's a yearning for Elizabeth Olsen, which I think anyone could understand.
Yep. Hashtag
but
real.
Hashtag me for real. Never saying that again. But and also Callum Turner, a very charming man. That I haven't seen much of before, except in like Green Room.
Well, you might see a bit more of him going forward if he's James Bond. You never know.
Maybe. I hope it's him and not Jacob Elordi.
If I had to choose between one of them, I would choose Callum Turner.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't be my first choice.
No, but I think he could do it. Like, he's better than most other choices.
He'd be fine.
Anyway, really cute film. I'll say cute. It's cute, it's enjoyable. It's lovely. It's lovely. And they should have all had a threesome. Next, I have...
Spoilers? Wow, no, there's no threesome.
Oh, sorry.
Spoilers.
I'm sorry. Okay, number 15, top 15. I have Mission Impossible: Final Reckoning. I've switched these around, by the way. You might be surprised. Whoa, what's going on? Yeah, I have made some changes in the last 5 minutes. So, Mission Impossible: Final Reckoning is at number 15. I watched it BFI IMAX. Like, it's a great blockbuster. I love the Mission Impossible films. I'm gonna miss them unless they come back, which I feel like they probably will at some point. The third act is brilliant. The submarine scene is brilliant. The plane, the Tom Cruise. How can you not love Tom Cruise in a Mission Impossible film. It's impossible. That is the Mission Impossible. Is not loving Tom Cruise in a Mission Impossible film. I also like Haley Atwell. I mean, it's not the best Mission Impossible. It's nowhere near, I think, but it's still a Mission Impossible film, which means it's very good, and it's 4 stars. And I think more people should have seen it. To be honest, I'm disappointed at the ratings of my friends here. Why am I seeing 3 stars?
Snobs.
Come on.
Snobs.
Yeah, what the hell? Next up is a film that I've moved up in the rankings in the last 5 minutes. And number 14, I have Roofman as my highest 4-star film. I have Roofman. It's very close to going up to 4.5. It's so good. It's so good.
Another melancholic film.
Oh, God. And the more I think about the way it looks, I think maybe it's just 4.5, but I don't want to really get hung up on ratings too much. Channing Tatum is, I mean, he's like brilliant. I think he gives a great performance. Kirsten Dunst as well. I think those two really kind of, carry that emotional crux of the film. I mean, the story itself is like so fascinating, right? And I could not believe there's a true story. I think this is another one, kind of like Eternity, where you could recommend this to anyone. I think anyone would love this film. It's a very, I don't know, it's kind of like that mid-budget film that in previous decades would have made 100 million at the box office because of word of mouth and because of how great it is. It's not brilliant, but it's great. And I think it's a shame that more people haven't seen it. Whenever I talk to someone who has seen it, they all love it. So I don't know if that was a marketing thing or... I mean, no, we don't hate the marketing people on Roofman because they retweeted Jack's tweet once.
They did, yeah. I forgot about that.
Actually,
yeah,
we're gonna leave them alone, but it deserved better. It deserved better. Roofman deserved better. And yeah, it's my 14th. No, 15th. No, 14th, because I switched around Mission Impossible. Okay, no, 14th best film of the year. Okay, next. We are done with the 4-star films. So there are 13 films that are 4.5 or higher for me. Number 13, lucky number 13, we have Reflection in a Dead Diamond. It's a film I saw at London Film Festival. It's a film that my friend recommended it to me, a friend who is usually very pretentious with his films. So I thought, okay, I'm expecting this to be really good. And I remember, I was just sitting there watching it thinking like, what the fuck is going on? Like, what am I watching? This is not what I expected. This is so out there. I have never seen a film like it. Like, you just cannot help but respect something like this to the absolute highest degree. Like, this is what cinema is about. Are films like this that just don't give a fuck. Like, they're just gonna do the coolest shit possible, and they are just not gonna care what you think about it. They don't care how much money it's gonna make. I mean, they probably do, but it doesn't seem like it because you are taking risks that I have not seen in a very long time. I don't know what was going on. I have no idea. Like, the plot was very confusing. It looks incredible. I think this is maybe one of the best looking films of the year, and it's a shame. Like, every shot you could pause on and be like, this looks fucking like insane. This is brilliant. This is gorgeous because it is a gorgeous film. I wish I saw it on a bigger screen than the one I saw it on at the cinema. It just like melted in my brain, like completely. I was just kind of in a shock. Like I remember meeting you after watching it and just being completely dumbfounded by what I just watched. So I really recommend this film. I don't know where it's going to be, if it's going to be somewhere, but oh god, it's just so cool. This is the coolest a Bond film has ever been, and it's not a Bond film. Next at number 12 is Wake Up Dead Man. It's the third in Knives Out trilogy, and I'm gonna say it, hot take, it's my favorite Knives Out film. Because, yes, the rest of the cast is probably the worst it's been, not because of maybe not mostly because of the cast, but because the characters I don't think are very engaging or interesting. But you know what? It doesn't matter because Josh O'Connor and Daniel Craig are so great. And actually, I would say Josh Brolin and Glenn Close are also good. But those two are like so good that I don't want anyone else on screen. Like, I don't want that. I do just want Josh O'Connor and Daniel Craig through the whole film. I don't care about anyone else. And I really like the setting of it, the tone, the writing. I think works for me. Josh O'Connor, like, just brilliant. Like, him and Daniel Craig really do work with each other so well here, and I'm so glad that we've gone up another level in Knives Out because Glass Onion was a little bit worse than the first one, and I was kind of thinking, oh, are they just gonna keep dwindling down in rating until they just become absolute slop? No, we are back. We are so back, Knives Out Nation. Shame that it's a Netflix film because I would have liked to have seen it have a bigger release. I probably would have seen it at the cinema if it did. Yeah, I'm surprised that I have it this high, but I really do. I loved it, and it looks also the camera work on it, the cinematography is like another level. And I think most people probably seen the behind the scenes stuff that they did to get certain colors on screen or certain effects, and it's a really good job. So, Wake Up Dead Man number 12. Number 11, I'm not gonna lie, probably shouldn't be, like you've already mentioned it probably shouldn't be on the 2025 list because I think most people saw it in 2024, but UK release dates are shit, so we saw it in 2025. It's Nosferatu. I love Robert Eggers, one of my favourite working directors. I was always gonna love this. 4.5. My just misses out on the top 10 for me. I mean, it was at the very beginning of the year, so I can't really remember much, but
Did we nominate Lily Rose Depp for an FCA?
I think we might have because we kind of went because we went with the Oscars. We went with the Oscars thing. I mean, I think she's really good, but
she is really good.
She is really good. No, I'm not even gonna be like, oh, is she that good? No, I remember watching it and thinking, no, she is really good. I'm not gonna go back on this. I was very impressed by. I mean, I just think most of this film is the direction and the cinematography. To be honest, like her performance is great. Nicholas Hoult is great. Bill Skarsgård's great. Willem Dafoe,
Finnison, great. They're all great.
But I really don't think it hinged that much on the performances. I really think the whole look of it was the most important part. And it I think that's the most important part of a gothic horror film, right? It has to be in that genre very like specifically. I don't think it can't be kind of in the middle, right? It has to go all in. I think it did, and it looks brilliant. Production design, costuming, great ending, makeup, like all the technical aspects were great. So Nosferatu is my number 11, just misses out on the top 10, but on a technicality, like technically maybe it shouldn't even be on this list.
It's not. No, it should be on the list.
Yeah, sure. We'll go with UK release date. Sure, that's mine.
Okay. In at 16, talking of gothic, is Wake Up Dead Man. It's not my favourite Knives Out film, and I think the supporting cast is really weak, and that contributes towards it being the second best. I think the original is the best, and I actually think Glass Onions. I think it's silly, and I liked it a lot, but not as much as Knives Out. Wake Up Dead Man. Sorry. Josh O'Connor is brilliant. Danny Craig's brilliant. Visually, it looks great, and sometimes that's all you need. Next up is one of my favourite scripts of the year. It is Sorry Baby, and I think people went a bit over the top, like wanting Eva Victor to be like nominated for acting and directing. I do think it's a little bit nuts this didn't get an original screenplay nomination. I think the script is brilliant and it carries a film. I mean, so is her performance. It's just a very, very confidently made film. I found it funny. I found it heartwarming. I found it bleak. I think it has some really great scenes in it. And a film that I liked a lot, a bit more than I thought I would. In at number 14, we're on to 4.5 stars now, is Superman. Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have it. It's Superman. It's like just a heartwarming, lovely film. One that kind of has holes. It has so many plot holes when you think about it, but just don't think about it, and that doesn't matter. Loved Eric Corin Sweat. Loved Eddie Gaffegi. I think that's his name. Is it Eddie? Yes, it is. Loved Nicholas Hoult. He's the best part of the film. It's bold. It's bright. It's bombastic. And the ending is lovely. I mean, as a theme, if a film ends well, that's what's going to linger most in my thoughts when Superman does. Next up at 13 is the aforementioned Roofman. Real melancholic, funny, but sad and lonely, and beautifully shot and beautifully acted and beautifully written by Derek Cianfrance, who's one of my favorite filmmakers. I wish more people saw this film because it's really good. In number 12 is one of the best scripts of the year. It is actually a film that looks surprisingly good. Is The Naked Gun. I've seen it twice, once in cinema and once at home, and had such a good time both times. Laughed non-stop. The snowman bit is genius. It's so funny. And that matters, and it is better than the original. I agree with Veronica. And in at number 11, narrowly missing out on my top 10, is I Swear, a film that when I first saw the trailer, I thought this is going to be lazy and hacky, and I've seen the whole film already because I've seen the trailer. So I didn't watch it in the cinema, which is a real shame, because I watched it at home, and oh my god, it's so beautiful. Just emotionally is stunning. I need to remember the guy's name, bear with. Robert Arameo as John Davison, the lead character, is one of the best performances of the year, one of the best leading performances of the year. And I hope that BAFTA recognise him, because that's the only way he's going to get recognised in the award circuit is at BAFTA, and I think it'd be such a lovely nomination if they do nominate him. And yeah, it's funny, it's powerful, it's got a lovely message to it, and yeah, I had a great time. Veronica, what is your 10th favourite film of 2025?
Of the year. Okay. Okay. It's a film you've already mentioned, and I'm here to defend it. My number 10 is Sinners.
I'm not attacking Sinners. God.
Okay. Right. Anyway, I'm here to defend Sinners because you have attacked it. Okay. Sinners, 4.5 star for me. I mean, again, I went to BFI IMAX. I went like at the peak of everyone going to watch it, literally like pretty much release day. Super exciting. The vibe is great, and it's the biggest screen in the UK. It looks so good on that 70mm IMAX print that Mr. Ryan Coogler was telling everyone to go watch it on. So, I had to give it the best possible chance to impress me, and it did. I like the way it looks. I think Michael B. Jordan's great. Miles Keaton, I think. He's really good. Wunmi Masaku, again, another deserving nomination. Delroy Lindo. Like, there are so many great performances.
The Delroy Lindo nomination is so cool. I love him. I don't love the Wunmi Masaku nomination because
I think it's fair though. Like, I don't really know who I'd replace it with.
But yeah, the Delroy Lindo.
Anyway, can you let me defend Sinners before attacking it, please?
Sinners.
Can you stop? Can you stop? Can you please stop? All right. Anyway, the music numbers, like, brilliant. I haven't seen music numbers that, amazing to watch in a film in a long time. I think the direction's great. Cinematography, like we've already mentioned. I think most of it I was so on board with, enjoying it so much, loved it, right? This is literally like one of the only things I don't like about it, okay? Because I'm very Sinners pilled, genuinely. But one of the only things I really didn't like about it is, as you mentioned, the ending. Endings. And then the other ending, the post-credit one, which the ending itself, no, the first ending Okay. The
Is that
first
the one
ending
where he's at the barn? Was that the end, or was that the one where he's in the
where he
church?
and they're both uh in the water or something. Do you remember that? Oh God, I watched
Oh,
it so long
I'm
ago.
sorry. I'm thinking of the second and third ending, not the first ending. Sorry, my bad. Yeah, the ending itself is great. Yeah,
Yeah. Um but so no, I mean great. I'd say it would have been fine. Like it would have been fine, it would have ended the film whatever. The post credit scene made me cringe. Like it literally made me physically cringe, and like people were laughing at it. I don't even think it was funny because I think it was meant to be serious. Like I think it was meant to be actually, you know, I don't know. Like I, it's just very unserious to me and cringy. I just found it a bit cringy. I, hot take. I don't think Haley Steinfeld is all that. I'm gonna say it, okay? Like, I I don't think she's that great. Is that a hot take? Like, I think
I
others
think she's
were a lot
fine.
better.
I think she's
Like,
fine.
she's fine.
She has some good lines. She delivers some lines well, but like
She
she's
has some
just
good lines, and like, sure, yeah, she's an attractive woman. But can we speak about acting for a second?
yeah. Can we speak about Josh Allen
Can
for a
we
second?
actually talk about acting? Like, she was like all right, and just the post. I was gonna say post match. Fucking hell. No, the post credit scene kind of ruined it for me. I'm gonna say it, and yeah. So Sinners is my number 10.
Stop attacking sinners, Veronica. God. Oh Jesus. Who stopped attacking sinners once? Wow. Anyway, number 10 for me is the Clint Bentley directed Train Dreams. Some of the best visuals of the year. Joel, it's a real shame. It's similar to before. It's a real shame that the best lead actor category is so stacked this year because Joel Edgerton's great. Obviously, best picture nominee, and quite got a couple of nominations, which I'm really happy for because it's beautiful. It's a real slice of life story. It's about one man, his life, and works for me. That works for me. Who have you got number 9?
That was like way quicker than I thought.
Yeah,
Number
because
nine.
I don't have loads to say about it.
Okay. Number nine film you've already mentioned, Superman. I know it's kind of crazy, and I know that. Listen, technically, our top 10 is what we would have nominated for Best Picture, right? So that's kind of crazy that I
Yeah,
would
yeah,
have
yeah.
nominated Superman. I don't know if I would have because I think I'd be worried that people would take away my film enjoy it card. But you know what? I'm not gonna lie. I really enjoyed it. Again, I watched it in IMAX, big screen. I love David Corran Sweat as Superman. You know what? I like James Gunn's superhero films, okay? I think they are fun and I like them. I enjoy watching these films. Sue me, okay? I think it was good. I think it's the best superhero film that's been released in a very long time. Since Thunderbolts. um I yeah, Rachel Brosnan, Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor is like amazing. Um, yeah, it's you know what, it's just really heartwarming, wholesome, and I think that's what a Superman film should be. I think that's enough. So that's my number 9.
In at number 9 for me is again, it's kind of in the Nosferatu bracket of is it 2024 or 2025? Well, I saw it and it got a general UK release in 2025. Is Brady Corbet's The Brutalist. Um, a technical marvel, staggering, cinematic, but imperfect achievement. Score's great. Adrian Brody's pretty good. Joe Alwyn is my favourite performance of the film. Guy Pearce is also really good. It looks brilliant. It sounds brilliant. It's brilliantly edited. Didn't love the ending. But yeah, it's just one of those films that's so big and such a big spectacle and is so rich and looks, oh my God, it looks so good. And, it's not one of my favorites it is one of my favorites of the year. Sorry, what I mean by that is it's not like in my top 4, for example. and it didn't. Wouldn't have had it winning loads of Oscars. It was, I think it was one of them where it was nominated in loads of categories, didn't win loads, and I think that's about right. But yeah, just a massive, massive achievement in filmmaking, and still a little bit annoyed about the Adrian Brody win. But I do get it a little bit. But fuck AI. On to you.
Okay, number 8. Controversially high. A lot of my friends don't like this film. Number 8. J. Kelly. J. Kelly, guys. Yes, I loved J. Kelly. And actually, this is the last 4.5-star film. The rest are all 5. I will tell you this. I have been very close to giving J. Kelly 5 stars.
Oh,
yes. I'm being so serious. This film, I mean, maybe because I watched it at the cinema again at London Film Festival, but there's something about it that really, like, struck a chord in me. Listen, obviously, like, I'm not saying that I related to George Clooney's character of being a super famous film actor who's, like, neglecting his kids and blah blah blah, and not thinking about his family and wasting his time, blah blah blah.
There's a Great Gatsby element to it a little bit.
There is, and that kind of thing really resonates with me, because I see that being me when I'm that age of having a lot of regrets.
I wouldn't mind being George Clooney when I'm 60. I'll be honest. I'll take that.
Yeah, I'm gonna be George Clooney when I'm 60. I don't know. There's something about these films that are about regret that really resonates with me. And I'm only 23, so I don't know why, but I feel like I'm already mourning regret of things that I haven't done. Is that crazy to say?
Wow.
Is that crazy to say? Like, I'm already grieving not, like, making the wrong decision even though I haven't even done that. Do you know what I mean? Like, because I could just see it happening.
That clip from Amadeus when he reads the writing, or reads the paper, and he's like, oh god, it's so good. Yeah,
so that was a bit deep, but what I'm trying to say is these sorts of films, I don't really care what anyone else thinks of them. They just kind of hit as very specific chord with me. And Noah Baumbach is obviously a great director, a great writer. Well. George Clooney is a brilliant actor. Like you said, like, Adam Sandler, don't really care about his performance here. Like, it's good, but it's not great. I think Laura Dern, Billy Crudup do a great job with supporting roles. Greta Gerwig, I think, actually. I like Greta Gerwig.
I forget she's in that. Yeah.
Yeah. There's nothing else to say. I think it's all about the writing, and you will not get many better writers than Noah Baumbach out there. So yeah.
In at number 8 is Richard Linklater's Blue Moon, starring Oscar-nominated Ethan Hawke. As we said, this is a brilliant acting showcase, and shows all you need is a really good lead actor, some decent supporting actors, and a really good script, and you've got a movie. It's like a play. It is funny. It's clever. Really emotionally powerful at the end. It's just such a satisfying film, and I always knew I'd like it, but I didn't think I'd love it this much. So I wasn't familiar with the story because it's based on a true story, sort of. And yet I just found it so rich and had so much depth. And ultimately, yeah, that's why it's at number 8. It's just brilliant.
Okay, at my number 7, which I think this probably sounds crazy to say, that this is controversially low. But at number 7, not 6, 7, sorry, I had to. My first 5-star film of the year, which is One Battle After Another by Paul Thomas Anderson.
Don't talk to me. Don't fucking talk to me. Don't talk to me.
Okay. I'm sure I'll do that in a second for you. But One Battle After Another, what is there to say that hasn't been said? Nothing, really. I mean, I saw it, I went there, saw it 70mm VistaVision, very cool. I loved it. I think I'll probably have to rewatch it at some point. Leonardo DiCaprio is great. Sean Penn, we've already said so many, great things about his performance. Chase Infinity, a breakout star of the year, probably for me. I haven't seen her in anything before. Benicio del Toro is great. Regina Hall, Tiana Taylor. You cannot fault the cast. You cannot fault the directing. You can't fault the cinematography, the writing, the editing. It is perfect. It's perfect. I mean, when you get to the a five-star films, it's like at that point it is just completely subjective of where you rank them. And I'm not gonna lie,
100%.
My top four could be my second, third, and fourth could be in any order. It's a joint second. One after another is maybe joint sixth or fifth, but I just think, Paul Thomas Anderson I have very high expectations of, because I've been watching for the first time some of his older films, and to me this doesn't match up to like a Magnolia or a Boogie Nights, but obviously it's fucking great. Everyone knows, I don't have to say that. I think this is going to be the Best Picture winner, and it's deserved. So
I hope so.
Yeah. You're number 7.
Forgotten a little bit.
No, I think it will.
Well, we can dream. In at number 7 for me is 28 Years Later. I just found this 4.5 stars, I should say. I just found this to be. I thought it was brilliant. I thought it was ingenious camera work, great editing, great score. I mean, one of the biggest snubs of the year, in my opinion, was the score by Young Fathers. Obviously, Mighty Supreme snubbed as well in the score department. And yeah, I just thought it was so cool. I thought it was so cool, and loved the characters. And ultimately, just had a great time in the movies. And I gave the Bone Temple 4 out of 5. I like this slightly more. I love these types of films where it's horror, but it's energetic, and it's not constant jump scares. There's good world building, and yeah, it's class. Who have you got at number 6?
Number 6, I have. You know what? I think
7 by David Fincher.
No, I actually think if I said this a few months ago, people would have said it's controversial. I've overrated it. People did not see the vision with this film when it came out. Okay, I was there. Could not be us. Okay, and actually now.
I think I know what you're gonna say.
Okay, and actually now, a lot of my friends are coming back around on this film, they are saying, actually, Eddington is brilliant, because it is. It absolutely is. This film, oh my god, has a film ever aged so well so quickly? Like, even the things that people had issues about, like, this film has been proven to be right. This is a good representation of a lot of different things, and it does it so well. It really does. I don't know how to explain it. Like what's it called? Like juggles on the line. Like, what are those people who are like on the trapeze, like lines, and then like on this really thin line on the unicycle? What are those people? Anyone? At the circus, right? You have people.
Yeah.
They're like riding a unicycle on a line, like a really thin line.
Yeah. I know. Yeah, I think you've described it well enough. I don't know what the word is.
Okay, well, I don't know. Is there a word? Whatever. So anyway, this is kind of like Eddington, right? One little mistake, one little slip, and you falling down flat on your face, and everyone is laughing at you, and they're like, "What the fuck is this? Like, you're pathetic. You're embarrassing. This is awful." Right? But it succeeds. It succeeds in what it sets out to do, and I think the tagline of "hindsight is 2020" is just, it's great. Class.
I had some extra posters, though. I will say that.
That poster's great. Joaquin Phoenix, brilliant. Pedro Pascal, I will give you your flowers for Eddington. Okay, you're not the best, but you're there. You're pretty good. And I will also say I will say because I think it is one of our favorite needle drops. Oh no, there are 2 in this. We need to add a
Yeah.
category of that in FCAs, by the way.
We are. We've talked about that.
The Katy Perry fireworks scene is so fucking funny. Oh my god, it's so funny. Like, I was
not my favourite
genuinely
needle drop, though.
crying. So good.
My favourite one is
The second one is the Tom
Grennan.
Grennan. Oh my god, it's so good. I think I started laughing out loud. So
just catches the zeitgeist perfectly.
God, like it's so perfect. And you know, I will say Hereditary, I think, is Ari Aster's best film. This is not far behind for me. I really love Eddington that much. Yeah, it has to be 5 stars for me because it does what it set out to do perfectly, and it's already being proven right, and it's already aging well. And I think a lot of people have a lot of apologies to make to this film. Yeah, no, it's brilliant.
Okay, I'm going to piggyback off you and then do my 5. I'm going to do my 6, my 5 in quick succession because my 6 is Eddington. 4.5, so not 5, but 4.5. One of the best scripts of the year. Really well performed. Looks great. I loved the swings it took in the third act. I get why people maybe didn't love it as much, but I thought it just that's how it should have been, and the ending is perfect. In number 5 is a film that I'm so desperate to rewatch because I think it'll definitely go to 5 stars. It contains the best supporting performance of the year, arguably the best supporting actor performance of the year as well. It is Joachim Trier's Sentimental Value, and a film I'm very comfortable crowning as the best screenplay of the year. I saw it at London Film Festival, and just fuck me. I can't stop thinking about it. I saw it in, when was that? Let me just check. Early October, and I cannot stop thinking about it. And I've not rewatched it yet. And it's just brilliant. And Inga Ipsdotter-Liljedahl should win the Oscar for Best Supporting Actress because it's a true breakout performance, going up against real heavyweights. And I'm so happy that Elle Fanning got nominated because I think that's such a really cool nomination. She's someone who's really grown on me recently, and obviously Renate Reinsve got nominated, Stellan Skarsgård nominated, Joachim Trier for script nominated, editing nominated, Best Picture, Best International, Best. I think that's it. Maybe we're missing 2.
Best Director as well.
Best Director, Best. There's one more.
I don't know, but like it does.
9
I'm
Oscars,
I'm so surprised. By the way, that really surprised me in such a positive way. I did not think they would go so hard because no one else really has. The Oscars somehow have like actually done a good thing.
I think they've got it. I think the Oscars have done.
They've got it spot on with Sentimental Value having so many.
The actor awards are a joke.
Yeah.
They're an absolute joke. The Globes are boring. BAFTA's kooky. I don't mind the BAFTAs. They go a bit weird. But I think the Oscars have just pitched it really well this year. And Sentimental Value is my favourite script of the year. And I cannot wait to rewatch it soon. So yeah, what's your 5?
My number 5 is a film you haven't seen yet. 5 stars.
Oh yes, okay, yeah.
You know what it is.
Watching it tonight potentially.
Oh wow, okay, that's
Well, yes,
okay. Have fun.
Don't know. This weekend.
I feel like I mean, obviously, I'm going to say you should watch it at the cinema, but unfortunately, that's probably not going to be possible for a long time because of A24. Maybe it's A24, maybe it's not, but it somehow happens to their films the most. So, Anyway, it's If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You, directed by Mary Bronstein. I think Bronstein. It's a 5 star. I've said this. I wrote a longer review, but I very rarely feel anxious at the cinema. Very rarely. Like, genuinely, I cannot think of another time I felt this anxiety watching a film. Not even, like, Uncut Gems, anything else. Not even On My Supreme made me anxious. You know, because that's a feeling that is it's a very specific feeling that it takes a very specific film to bring out of me. And this film made me so anxious. I was like, I could feel myself, like, falling into my chair, like, as much as possible, trying to blend into the cinema chair to not even be in the room. Like, that's how anxious it made me. In a good way. Like, in a way where I was like, oh my god, like, this is making me feel things, which is what you want from a film. I think that it's the best film this year that tackles that kind of postpartum depression thing. I think it does it better than Die My Love, for example. I think the script is great. It's actually surprisingly funny, which some people are like, why is this nominated for comedy Golden Globes? No, like I can see that. Like, as much as I wouldn't describe it as a comedy, it's a pretty funny film when it's not anxious. Um, I think Rose Byrne gives. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it. She gives the best female lead performance of the year.
You've not seen Hamlet yet, though.
And I haven't seen Hamlet. But for me, you haven't seen it, Violet as I kick you.
True.
So
Absolutely
you know
true.
what?
Absolutely true.
Say
Can't argue
touche.
that.
Say touche. Okay. Anyway, no, she gives. I would even say Harrington v Chalamet are my two absolute favorite performances of the year, like hands down. You know what it is that she does it. It's like so easy for her to be this person, and actually her character is so difficult to play because it's not that type of performance where she's crying and screaming, right? It's not Beatty. It is someone who is trying not to do these things, right? It's someone who is trying to keep it together and not cry. And that is so difficult
What
to
is that
do.
famous quote about acting where it's like,
It's like
it's easy to cry. It's really the sign of a good actor is when you don't cry. Something like that. You know.
I don't know, but
right?
yeah, like you know what I mean. Like I think that is a million times more difficult is to try and suppress emotions that are clearly there, and you can tell that they're there, but that you are suppressing them, right? Like it's just such a nuanced, great performance. Honestly, she does deserve the Oscar. I don't think she will. I mean, maybe she will, but I
don't think she's got a strong enough campaign behind her.
No, and I think the film maybe a lot of people haven't seen. That's also an issue,
which is why it only got one nomination. Yeah.
But I'm telling you, please go watch it. Anyone, when it does come out in 3 months' time, please go watch it at the cinema. I kind of really want to rewatch it, but then I kind of absolutely don't want to go through that again. So I'll think about it. A$AP Rocky, supporting performance here. Very good, very good. Mary Bronstein herself is in this film, which I respect. Again, directors being in their own film, respect it. Also, the choices they make in terms of how they show this this film, what they show, what they don't show, is like to me is really brilliant. It's some great choices. Some would call it genius. And also another issue with a hole in a ceiling. So there's kind of like Marty Supreme, and actually I think one of the writers on Marty Supreme is Mary Bronstein's husband, Ronald Bronstein. So it's like, has this happened? What is up with their ceiling? What's going on at home? You know,
do an MTV Cribs at the Bronsteins.
Please, yes, I want to see that ceiling. But no, I can't say enough great things about it. It's like my genuinely like top 7 are all 5 stars for a reason. Like I love these films. 2 to 4 are genuinely like a tie. 5th, 6th, 7th are also probably similar level. Like
6, 7.
It's so hard. Honestly, it's so hard to do this top 7. But yeah, that's it.
Onto my 5 stars now. 4 of them. Anyway, number 4 is Begonia. It is my favourite Yorgos Lanthimos film. It's my favourite Jesse Plemons performance. It's top 3 Emma Stone performances. It's just brilliant. It dances the line between funny and deep and terrifying, and not in a scary way, but just like an existential way. It's just like, it was such a weird experience. So I saw it in Royal Festival Hall, and I was like 10 miles away from the screen at a weird angle, and I had no leg room, and it didn't matter.
You need to rewatch it, by the way.
Yeah, I will, of course.
Properly.
And it didn't matter because it was just brilliant. It's perfect. When a film's that good, it doesn't really matter how you watch it. It was just a great experience and a film I deeply loved and enjoyed, and I love the ending. There's a theme with films I love this year is I've loved the endings. Um, so yeah, shout out Yorgos, Emma, Jesse, and I need to give a shout out. I can't remember his name. Aidan Delbis as Don, who's really good. Yeah,
Okay, number 4, and I wanna reiterate my numbers 2, 3, and 4. I have I have considered changing all three of these around so many times, but I've just kept them the same because this is completely the same level. Like these three, I don't really know where to put them. My number 4 could be my number 2. It could be my number 3 could be my number 2. Like, this is. I think on rewatch this might even be number 1. Like this is how close it is for me. And why I hate ranking films. But my number 4 is Sentimental Value, as you've already said, directed by Joachim Trier, who is a director that I absolutely love. And I've loved him for a long time. Like, I'm so glad that he's being recognized. I actually think, controversially, and because maybe I haven't watched it in a long time, I haven't watched Worst Person in the World in a long time, is what I'm trying to say. Which is why Sentimental Value for me right now is his best film. Which is, it's difficult to do, you know, because I think most people would have thought that he's already peaked with how brilliant his previous films were.
He's
But
so
he just
confident in his style.
he knows what he knows what he's doing. He's one of the best writers working. He's one of the best directors working right now. He also is very good at knowing the people that he wants to work with and what they bring to his films, because Renat, oh my god, I don't know how to say her surname. Renat
Reinsver.
Reinsver. Oh, sure. Renat. We'll call her Renat. We're on a first name basis.
Rennie, yeah.
Sure. I mean, she's been in a few of his films. Well, namely Worst Person in the World and this one. And she is great. I'm so glad she got nominated. I'm so glad that they got 4 nominations for acting. Because
Do you know what I'm totally annoyed about?
Crazy.
I wish that there was a male leading performance in there, or like they bumped just so it'd be so satisfying seeing all 4 acting.
I mean, Stellan Skarsgård could have been leading. Like,
yeah, let's get Corey Michael Smith as a supporting actor,
and as Danielson Lee
in that one. Yeah.
Anyway, like, this is another film that I wrote a longer review of because I just absolutely love it, and this. Like, his writing speaks to me, like, so clearly. Whenever I watch his films, I'm like, I completely understand what he's trying to say, what this is, what I should be feeling. I relate so much to the lead character here, and actually that made I wrote about the fact that, you know, that made me a bit uncomfortable. That made me kind of not want to say this is my favorite film of the year because of how seen I was on screen. Like, oh god, and like the relationships here, the familial relationships between the father and the daughters, and then the daughters between each other, and then like Elle Fanning's character, comparing her to his daughter, like it's just it all works so well. It's so intertwined so perfectly.
I'm so glad that they didn't make her a really bad actress or like an unbelievable actress. Like
they did it perfectly. So well. And she plays it perfectly because she could have. I'm so glad she got nominated because really cool that performance is so underrated. Like, it's so difficult to play that character in that way.
Because you've got to play difficult. Like, she's like a really good actress. You've just got to play like a good actress who is not cast right for the role and is struggling to get to grips with it. And it would have been so easy to play it differently.
Or to be a dumb American about it.
Yes, that's what I mean, though. That's what I mean. And they didn't. They approach it with such sensitivity, and yeah, it's just.
He's so good at understanding people. Like, his writing just understands people and how they work. It's like, I can't even describe it. How good it is, and also how natural the performances are. Like, but again, if you have a script like that, that helps, right? The script is genuinely, like, I think, one of the most important parts of a film, if not the most important part. I think it's, yeah. I could talk about this for ages, but sentimental value, it could go to number one on rewatch, to be honest, because it's just, it's brilliant.
In at numero 3 is a film I've seen numero 3 times, all in 2025. It's my most watched film from 2025. It's a film that Veronica didn't care for, and that's okay. That's okay. But it really emotionally resonated with me. I found it so funny, and that is A Ballad of Wallace Island. I don't know, like every year has a film that is just so wholesome and lovely, and that is led by Tim Key's brilliant performance, just outstanding performance. And Kerry Mulligan's great, and Tom Basden's great. It's just lovely. It's just so lovely and warm, and it's so comforting for me. Hence why I've watched it 3 times. And yeah, I don't have any deep analysis of the film because I don't really think it needs it. I loved it, and a lot of people did, and I think more people should see it. It's just, yeah, it's just loveliness.
My number 3 is a film that hasn't been released yet. Thank you, Searchlight Pictures. But I've seen twice because I am mental and I am not well. Anyway, and I was gonna see it a third time, but I had some commitments, so I had to cancel it. So yeah, I am insane. And the fact that I almost saw it a third time before it's even been released, I think I cannot put it lower than third. Like which is why it's higher than sentimental value. I was very close to putting it second. It could be second because I think that, I don't know, like the fact that I've been so obsessed with it probably should be more indicative of where it should be than whatever else. But I'm gonna stick with third. It's The Testament of Anne Lee. I saw it at Venice and it changed my life. It changed my life. I think that I know that I've described it as this before, but I'm not exaggerating when I say watching this is like a religious experience. And obviously that makes sense because this is about Anne Lee, who is the founder of the Shakers. And Amanda Seyfried gives like one of the best performances of the year. You know what, I've kind of forgot about her when I was talking about Rose Byrne. Obviously she's not nominated for the Oscar, which is disgusting. It's disgusting, it's pathetic, it's embarrassing. But to me, like, this is, you know what, I would even put it above everyone. I think this is the best performance of the year. For me personally, I think it's the best performance of the year is Amanda Seyfried as Anne Lee, because oh my god, I don't even know, like, this film is, I don't know how to describe it. I just think everyone should watch it. It makes me feel like I want to go out and preach to people about this film as her followers preached about Anne Lee. Like, this genuinely, it's, I really don't know how to describe it because it's all about a feeling. You either get it or you don't when you watch this film. And I know that we say this about other films, but this specifically is really a love or hate experience, because I don't even know what to call it. Like, I don't even want to call it a film. I want to call it a piece of art. Like, I am so high on this film that it probably should be number one now that I'm talking about it, but it somehow isn't. This is better than The Brutalist. I know people, will compare them because it has a similar theme to The Brutalist, but it's directed by Mona Fastfold and not Brady Corbet. I don't know why it doesn't have any Oscar nominations, except for the fact that people haven't seen it, because I do not believe that you watch this film and you don't see how incredible it is.
By the way, that is the reason. It's because
how good Amanda is.
Searchlight just gave up on it, which is a real shame.
I mean, yeah, it's, God, I don't know what to say about it that I haven't said already. This is I still think about it all the time. Like, I still think about this film all the time. I will watch it even more times than I already have. And you have to see it at the cinema, even though this probably won't be possible for almost everyone because of the release of this being so fucked over. But yeah, it takes your breath away. And shit, maybe this should be my number one, but it's not.
And my number 2 of the year is Marty Supreme.
Boo.
That sounded like something dropped in the background. It sounded like a round of applause. Um, it's brilliant. It's just brilliant, and it's got the best leading male performance of the year in Timothée Chalamet. It's got a great performance by Gwyneth Paltrow, a great performance by Odessa Zion, a terrifying performance by Kevin O'Leary. It's just like, it has the best marketing of the year. It won't win many awards. And I don't think it's been snubbed too much though. I will say that, and I love this film. I don't think it's been snubbed in loads of
Sound.
categories. Score,
Odessa,
maybe
I think
sound.
Odessa was snubbed. I'm gonna say it. Supporting actress
Her
isn't
and
that strong. She
Chase.
should have gotten.
Her and Chase Infinity,
Yeah,
and
those two
that's
should
where
have been
won
in.
me Masaku. That's one of the ones where I go.
Mm.
Maybe would have had a few others after. Anyway, but I'm not attacking Sinners again. It's not happening. It's brilliant. It's propulsive. It's energetic. It's funny. It's sad. It's got the unbelievable soundtrack, and Everybody Wants to Rule the World by Tears for Fears I listen to every day. The Perfect Kiss by New Order I listen to every day. Very Marty pilled on this podcast, and for good reason. So yeah, that's in at number 2, Marty Supreme.
Okay. I think your number one is now really obvious, and I think mine is also very obvious because my number 2 is Begonia, Yorgos Lanthimos. I'm not gonna lie. I think this could have so easily been 3 or 4. But listen, this guy, you know how completely in awe I am of this man. Guy. I am a Yorgos guy. He's my goat. He's my goat. Let's not even beat around bush here. He's absolutely my goat, and I think he's my favorite director, full stop. And everything he makes, everything he creates, if I've said this so many times, it feels like it's made for me, because it pretty much is. Like, especially when I went to his In Conversation thing at the BFI, like, he's so me. He's so me for real. He just is. And this film is, he's not at his best, because I still think Poor Things is my favorite. I think The Favorite is very close to this. But I think maybe Begonia is 2, maybe number 2. I think Jesse Plemons should have been nominated. I think he gives maybe the best performance in the film.
Who would he come out for though? So who comes out of that cat? Is it Michael Jordan?
Who are the nominees?
It's Timothée Chalamet, Leonardo DiCaprio, Wagner Moore, Secret Agent, if you haven't seen yet.
Yeah, I haven't seen it, so
Ethan Hawke, Michael Jordan.
Sorry, Wagner Moore, but I haven't seen your film, so you're out. Yeah, sorry. Jesse Plemons should have been in. I mean, Emma Stone, as much as she's not... Okay, she's nominated as a lead, but I think Jesse Plemons is the lead, right? Yeah. And I think even though Emma Stone isn't as prevalent here as she's in Poor Things, every time she's on screen, it's like, it goes up a notch, I feel. Like, she is probably my favorite actor of this generation. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it with chest. She is. I think she's, and especially because of the Yorgos love that I have, I cannot not say that. The first time I watched it, I thought, this is great, this is fun, this is wacky and bizarre, and this is everything I love about Yorgos. But the second time I watched it, I actually found, it was like I had a newfound appreciation for this film. Like, I saw it in a completely different light, especially the ending. The ending made me want to cry. Like, it made me feel so... it made me feel so much melancholy. Like it actually made me feel very depressed. I've interpreted it in a very depressing way when I watched it the second time, and that needle drop at the very end when it's, I'm not going to spoil, but when it's showing certain things and the music is playing, God, it really hit me, and I thought, okay, like this is better than I thought it was even the first time I watched it. Like there's more to this than I thought the first time, which is kind of why I've kept it as my second favorite of the year. Because if I hadn't have rewatched it, actually, I think it would have been maybe fourth, which is crazy because that it just shows how strong this year is, right? But because I rewatched it, and I had this newfound appreciation for it, and yeah, I don't know, it hit a completely different nerve. So now I see it in both ways, and yeah, it's my number two.
And in at number one, to round myself off after a mammoth episode that is longer than the Brutalist and almost as long as, I think, Lawrence of Arabia. It is the perfect one battle after another. There's not much more I can say about this film. It's perfect, and yet it's like not even my favorite Paul Thomas Anderson film. It's like third, which is nuts. And I think this just sums up how good this year has been for film. The fact that this film exists and there are still so many credible shouts that there are films better than it. You look at the likes of Mighty Supreme, Sinners, Sentimental Value, The Brutalist, for example. These are, no, obviously I prefer One Battle After Another to all of them, hence it's first, but these are all films that you could make a credible shout are better, or like, oh no, actually I think that's better than that. And yeah, I think it's just been a truly brilliant year for film. And the fact that we've sat here for 4 hours, we've been recording for over 4 hours now, to just talk about these films, how much we love them and care about them. I hope 2026 is an inch as good as 2025 was, because we'll be on to an absolute winner. But no, One Battle After Another, my film of the year and one of the most important films of the decade.
Okay, we've done it. This is the last film we're going to talk about. Oh my god.
Fucking hell.
Okay.
Everyone who's listened this far, by the way, fair play.
We love you so much. Okay, or you've skipped to see who we said in number one, which is not as admirable.
Not
anyway.
Fair play.
Okay, my number one film of the year, a film that I have watched 4 times since the 11th of December.
It's a bit much.
So
that's a bit much.
In what? 1 month? In maybe 4 weeks, I watched it 4 times. Yeah, I'm insane. There is something wrong with me. I am very much. There's very much a hyperfixation of mine. It's just Marty Supreme. # Marty mode. # dream big. Listen, obviously I'm joking here, guys. I am not literally Marty Supreme. This is not an American Psycho situation. He is not literally me. However, you know what? It does make you feel like you can do anything. Like leaving this film, you have that energy. You have that energy. You feel like you feel like the world is your oyster. You can do anything because look at Marty. Look at all the shit he went through in this film, right? What was he even? Maybe he ended up in the same position as where he was at the beginning, but it's not about the ending. It's about the journey. And actually, the ending. It made it all worth it, right? It made it all worth it, and it made him see life in a different light, and it made him see himself and his ambition in a different light, and his purpose in a completely different perspective. And there's something about that. I don't know. Maybe I've really not related, because no, I don't relate to Marty Supreme. Sorry, not Marty Supreme. What the fuck do I keep calling Marty Supreme? Marty Mouse, as Tyler the Creator calls him. I don't relate to him or his character, but that kind of ambition and maybe delusion that you have at the age of 23, which I am right now, like I can relate to that, maybe, because I mean, listen, I am pretty ambitious. I'm pretty ambitious. I am # dreaming big. And does that mean that in a year's time I will have a child? Wait, I just spoiled the film. Oops. Oopsie. I hope not. But
And that
anyway,
comes into the film fairly early.
yeah. Yeah, no, true. Actually, true. Wait, that's not really a spoiler. Listen, the music in this is so incredible. I've been the same as you. I listen to these songs from this film every single day on my way to work, every single day on my way back from work. Like, the perfect kiss needle drop where it goes from one side to the other, like that one bit at the beginning, like, oh my god. And the way that it all works within the film, the way it's integrated so seamlessly, the pacing, oh my god, it's like the best. It's some of the best I've seen, which is why it's been so easy to rewatch this 2.5 hour film 4 times in 4 weeks. And I feel like I'm watching every scene, being like, pointing at it, being like, oh, I remember this from the last time I rewatched it. It's like it makes me light up watching this. It makes me dream bigger. It makes me feel better. I leave it every time with that little boost of energy that this film gives you. And I went to Q&A with Josh Safdie. I've seen when the first time I watched it, Timothy Chalamet came out after the film as well. Like, this film I've been very much green pilled for the last month or so it was never going to be anything else. I've been obsessed with it. And shout out Josh Safdie, shout out Ronald Bronstein, who wrote it with him, shout out Timothy Chalamet. Probably, definitely top 2, top 3 performances of the year. In terms of male lead performances, 100% first. I don't think anyone comes close to what he did. I think Gwyneth Paltrow and Odessa Zion both do such a great job supporting. I think Eva could have gotten in, although I think Odessa Zion's performance is probably my favourite supporting. Now that I've watched it 4 times, I think I'm qualified to make that call now. And God, yeah, it's just brilliant. I want to buy it, and I want to own this film so I can watch it over and over and over again, because God, what a film. What a film, and what a feeling you get while watching it.
And what an episode.
What an episode. I can't believe it. We've literally spent the whole day doing this.
It's our longest recording yet. Oh my god, I'm so tired.
Jesus Christ.
Right, I'll wrap up. That officially takes up to another episode and the end of another year of film. I hope you enjoyed and survived. Links will be in the description. Please give us 5 stars on Apple and Spotify if you got this far. Veronica, pleasure as always. What is our email? Can you remember? It's been a few weeks.
Yes, it's floodlightpod@gmail.com. Also, I think maybe I've been thinking, like, maybe we do longer episodes. Like, okay, maybe not as this long, but maybe we.
You can't say that after this.
Listen, maybe we do like longer episodes, but a bit less frequently. Because it's hard for scheduling stuff, but we do like to talk about films.
Long episodes, and obviously we've got the FCAs coming up soon. Oscar
we have
coverage.
The FCAs and Oscar coverage. Yeah,
lots of good stuff coming. But we'll be back soon. Until then, keep watching and keep consuming.